Cup of tea for you, Mrs. Ogden, if you're awake.
Oh, yes, I'm awake. Been awake a good while. Thank you.
We've no tea bags. At least if we have, I can't find them. I'm supping coffee here.
Oh, dearie, dearie me. That will not do at all.
I mean, I've hunted high and low. I've come across all sorts of things. I've found jelly. God knows what we're doing with jelly in the house. There's enough for a Sunday school picnic. But tea bags? No. And I hate coffee first thing.
All right. We've no tea bag.
I mean, it's not the same. I need a cup of tea in the morning, get everything going. It's not too much to ask, in my opinion.
Now, listen, Lord Muck. I have been up since the crack of dawn, mopping and stoning. Have you ever seen that bar of a morning? It's like Christmas Day on a pig farm. And those gents' toilets. I mean, somebody's got to do it while Hilda's not been here.
Yeah, I know, love, I know. And you deserve a medal. Or at the very least, a cup of tea, which I would gladly make if we'd any tea bags. I'd also make you some toast if we'd a slice of flaming bread in the house, which we haven't.
What I did for laughs before I knew the joys of wedded bliss, I do not know. Right, Alf Roberts should be open. Tea bags, bread, how else you want?
Hey, you're never going out looking like that, Bet.
Well, I suppose I could always nip upstairs, have a bath, slip into my wedding frock, and then nip to shop.
Now, you know what I mean. You've got a position to keep up, an image. You are my wife. Can't go walking up and down the street looking like what my mother used to describe as driven from home.
You're right, Alec. I cannot go looking like this.
No.
Look, you can.
Eh?
Tea bags, bread. Buy yourself some sweeties for going.
Oh, you've made it very clear to me where I stand in this house. Down there with the cat, that's where I rank.
We haven't got a cat.
No, but if we had one, it'd come above me in this household.
Oh, stop moaning, man.
You have so conveniently forgot what you said when we got wed, haven't you, eh?
Look, there's a lot of things I'd like to forget in my life, sunshine.
Forsaking all others, that's what you said.
But she's my mother, isn't she? My own flesh and blood.
What am I?
Well, if you don't stop whinging, I'll tell you.
Do you know, I never thought I'd see the day when you want to throw your own husband out of the house.
But I never said that, did I? No, I didn't. It were you. You said either she goes or I go, and I just said, well, ta-ra then.
See, that there you go again.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, you both live here. You and me, ma'am. There's no need for all this trouble, you know. It's you. You're just being awkward.
Me? Being awkward? It's flipping it. Right, Vera. You leave me no choice.
Oh, packing your bags, are you? Gonna wrap it?
No, I'm going to give you one last chance.
I knew you were bluffing.
I am not bluffing. As one last warning to you, I am moving out of our bed. You show me what you think of the marriage vows. Right, tonight when your mother sat there watching the television waiting for the doctor to disappear, I'm going to get myself a couple of blankets and make myself a bed up on the settee.
Oh, give over.
I am. I'm keeping on the settee from now on. Then your mother might understand what she's done to husband and wife.
You can't sleep on there. We are back. Anyway, it's parking that bed without you. Throw a lot of heat out, you'll say that for you.
That's the last of your conjugal what's-its from me. No more bed privileges from now on.
Well, I don't get any now, do I? With your bad back and your headaches. Anyway, look, I'm going to be late. Jack, love.
What?
Be a peddler. Take me mum a cup of tea in bed, eh?
Of course, the trouble with you, Rita, is that you always think the worst of Derek because you're prejudiced against him.
I am. I admit it. And I think it's a damn good job. One of us ought to be.
Well, he definitely wants a divorce. He made that quite clear.
Oh, aye. He wants a divorce if he can get Angela in the wrong. That's what he means.
That's not unreasonable, Rita. I mean, he's got his job to think of, hasn't he, working for her father? And I mean, if after all she is being well, if it turns out, as he suspects, that she's been
At it with another fella.
Rita, you leap at every chance to bring things to an animal level. Shh, don't say anything.
Hey, do you know it's 5 to 9, school?
Don't panic, I'm on my way. Just hung on at home for the post.
Oh, Patrick's latest, I see. I might have known.
Yep, and he's definitely coming over at Christmas. Isn't that great?
Wonderful. Have you told your dad?
Yeah, just now. And he says he's looking forward to meeting him again. I think he meant it, I know. Well, he's being really awkward about the arrangements, though.
What arrangements?
Well, you see, Dad wants Patrice to stay at the Rovers, but I said I was sure you wouldn't mind him staying at our house.
Oh, did you now? Well, as it happens, I agree with your dad. I know you want to see as much of him as you possibly can, but there's murder done at Christmas with everybody crammed into the same house 24 hours a day. Besides, if he goes to the Rovers every night, you'll have the pleasure of looking forward to seeing him every morning.
Well, we'll discuss this tonight, eh?
No, it's settled. Now, hurry up, get back to school.
All right, I'm going. Hey, I'll read the girls a few excerpts from my letter. Drive 'em green with envy. See you.
Rallo.
Right, I better get my skates on. Any messages for Hilda?
Yeah, tell her Rommel's missing her.
Rommel? Who the hell's Rommel?
Rommel, that's her cat. We're feeding it. I can tell it's missing her, though.
She likes having a dirty stop out to look after, you see.
Rommel's not a dirty stop out. He's been seen to.
Hey, it works, that, doesn't it? Hey, nobody tell my missus.
Yeah, hey, don't tell Hilda it's missing her, otherwise she'll only start worrying. Tell her it's eating its head off or something.
Good thinking, boy wonder. See you later.
See you later.
See you now.
Morning, Mrs. Burton, and how are you today?
I'm not but middling. I'll have a glass of stout.
Thank you very much, Gloria. I will serve my dear mother-in-law. Put your money away, Amy. I'll get you this one.
You're going to buy me a drink?
Aye.
Well, I'm jiggered. First you paid for since I come a living with you. In fact, I can't remember you putting your hand in your pocket to buy me a drink since... Well, it weren't your wedding, were it? 'Cause you didn't buy nobody a drink.
Now, don't go rambling on, Amy. There we are.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. Why do you always think I'm getting at you like our beer? You always think the worst, don't you? Cheers.
Aye, well, good health.
Aye, good health. That's something we all want, isn't it? That's why I worry about you, sat in that house, you see, not healthy. Especially for somebody like you that's always been active, haven't you?
I had to be. Aye, right from Vera's father slinging his hook. Worked all my life, I have, toiling and moiling.
Ah, well, that's what I'm saying, aren't I? And now, all of a sudden, you've stopped. Sat in the house. I mean, it could be dangerous, that, you know, for somebody like yourself that's always had plenty to do.
Well, I like an outing. I'd be playing me all the time, only I haven't got the money.
Aye, that's it, innit? Well, but maybe you could get yourself a little job. I mean, that'd take you out to yourself, wouldn't it? I mean, something to suit yourself, like a little part-time job. I mean, get you out of the house, wouldn't it? Plus, you'd be getting paid for it. Sup up, Amy, love, I'll get you another.
Bet Lynch sends her best regards.
Oh, Bet Gilroy, you mean? Yeah, well, she'll have my cleaning to do, you see. She'll be glad to see me back on my feet again. No, well, I shouldn't say that. She's very good, really, in her own way.
And young Sally and Kevin said, don't worry about the cat, it's eating its head off.
Oh, honest, they don't care, do they, cats? Long as they get fed, they don't care if you drop dead.
Now, come on, Hilda, that cat's really missing you. It's only eating so you don't worry.
It's not missing me. I mean, who is? Only Bet Gilroy because of the pub cleaning.
Give over, now lots of people are missing you. You've got lots of pals, you have. Hey, I see you've got a new roommate then.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Gladwinner that was here before. They let her go home. Well, she's got a family to look after her, you see. She's got them to see to, so gives her a good reason for getting well, doesn't it?
What's this new one like then?
Oh, I don't know. She had operation yesterday, still full of drugs.
Ah, well, she won't notice if I nick her grapes then, will she? Only joking.
You know, it's amazing, the human body. You've got yards and yards of tubing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Seems funny to me, though, how much of your body you can do without. You can manage with one eye, one lung, one of your kidneys. It's like as if you start off with more than you need in case of accidents. Do you know, Eddie, they could cut half of you away and you'd still manage.
Hilda, I haven't had me dinner yet.
Oh, hello, Dr. Lowther. Oh, this is good of you.
Hello, Hilda. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm all right, thank you. You remember Eddie? Eddie Yates used to be our lodger.
Nice to meet you again, Doc.
And you.
Oh, yeah, have this chair. You and the doc will want to have a little chat, so I'll see you later, all being well, Hilda.
All right, Eddie, and thanks for coming.
See you later, then.
Ta-ra.
They tell me you're doing very well.
Oh, yes. Yes, they reckon I'm as good as new again. Well, very nearly. But, Derek, if you could just calm down. What do you mean, just drop everything? Well, why, Derek? I mean, oh, if you put some more money in... Oh, Derek! Derek!
What's he want now? Your life savings and a packed lunch?
No, he wants me to go to him. Is it some public house in Worsley? Oh, He sounded so agitated and worked up. Well, I mean, you heard me asking him what it was all about. Rita, do you think I could borrow your car?
You what?
Well, I feel I ought to go to him.
Oh, listen, Mavis, we are running a shop, you know. He just phones up, snaps his fingers, and you want to go running after him. No wonder he's the way he is. You encourage him. Pamper to him.
I just wanted to help him like I'd help any human being. I didn't think you would support me, but see, I was mistaken.
Mavis, I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm sorry I couldn't get to the funeral. I'd like to have paid my respects.
Oh, I understand, Hilda. Never thanked you for the flowers. I'm sorry. They were lovely. There were lots of flowers.
Yes, well, I thought a lot about her, Mrs. Lowther. She was always very kind to me. You know, I keep thinking I could have done something. I could have stopped it, and then she wouldn't have...
No, I'm not having that from you, Hilda. You did everything you could. You've nothing to reproach yourself with. Nothing. What I can't get out of my head is the last words I said to her. Petty, meaningless. Something about warming plates after all our years together. I wish I could have said something which would have conveyed how much she'd meant to me over all those years.
Yeah. Well, there were things I wished I'd said to Stan. Then again, he knew what I thought about him. And Mrs. Lowther, she knew what you thought about her and all. Oh, yes, I'm quite sure about that.
I hope she did. Thank you, Hilda.
Mavis?
Oh, don't neglect the shop on my account, Rita. The customers look...
Oh, blow the shop. Look, Mavis, you and I are never going to agree on Derek. Couldn't give a toss about him. But I do care about you. And I'm sorry I upset you.
Well, I'm all right now.
Well, what I meant to say was, is it a good idea to go riding off to rescue Derek every time he calls for you?
Well, I feel he needs me, Rita. He was very upset. So if you don't mind, I'd like to take some time off and you can make an adjustment to my wages.
Shut up. Don't start that again. Here. Take the car.
Thank you.
You do whatever you want. Just don't wrap my car around a tree, that's all I ask. And if you do run anybody over, make sure it's Derek.
Oh. What's the matter, Derek? Have you hurt your back?
Oh, it's Angela. She's in there.
Angela in there? What did you brought me here for? I mean, if
She's in the pub. I think she's with her paramour. I'm sure of it. Going to the hairdresser, she said. I knew it was phony. I trailed her here, Mavis, in the car. I'm parked down the road. I've got her, Mavis. In flagranti delicto, as it were.
You've actually seen him, then?
Who?
Well, your wife's friend.
No, not actually seen him yet, no. But he's in there. She wouldn't come here on her own, that I do know.
Oh, well, you've got to go in there then, Derek. I mean, until you do, all you've got is suspicion, not evidence.
Exactly. That's why I sent for you, Mavis. It'd be a lot better if you went in.
Me?
And suppose I'm wrong. I'm not, but suppose I was. Say she's not with her boyfriend. Well, I could be showing my hand too soon, you see. It could be what she wants.
You mean a trap?
She's like that, Mavis. But she doesn't know you. You can walk in there. Oh, it's easy, Mavis. All you have to do is to see who she's with, what they're doing. Are they holding hands?
I can't, Derek, because I won't know. I can't recognise her.
Ah, no, that's all right. This is her photo. I took it on the beach at Albufera. Very nice hotel, right on the beach.
So that's Angela. Well, she shouldn't wear stripes, in my opinion.
Look, all you have to do is go in the pub, get yourself a drink, take a casual look round.
Yes, but I might not recognise her from this, Derek. People look different with the clothes on.
No, well, she's wearing a red coat and matching glasses. Oh, don't let me down, Mavis.
Well, I don't like it, Derek.
Mavis, please. If I can't count on you, then I'm totally alone in the world.
Oh, all right.
I'll wait here for you, Mavis, and keep out of sight.
Oh, yes, you keep out of sight. You're good at that.
That's not fair, Mavis.
Well, I must be making a move. I've got things to do at home still.
Yes, well, you're best if you can keep yourself busy. I know that from experience. But, I was thinking, Doctor, I don't want to seem interfering, but, no, it's none of my business, really.
Now, come, Hilda, you say what you want to say. I'm sure I won't be offended.
Well, what I couldn't help thinking was, don't you think it might be better if you changed your mind about retiring? I mean, moving to the country with Mrs. Lowther with you, yeah, but, well, now with what's happened and being on your own, like, don't you think it might be better if you stayed where you know people and kept your work on if you could?
Well, I've thought about this, but now I'm deciding to go ahead. Apart from anything else, I don't want to play ducks and drakes to the Harrises. They're the people who bought the house. Sold their own, of course. And they've been very good about not forcing closure on me. Very generous. No, I'm going ahead with the move.
Well, you know best, of course. Looks like we're saying goodbye then, Doctor.
Well, I had to come in and thank you for all that you did for Joan and myself during the years.
It's been a pleasure.
And to thank you for your kindness and your friendship. Bye, Hilda.
Bye.
Well?
Yes, she's in there, Derek. And she's with a man.
Oh, the bitch. Oh, I beg your pardon, Mavis. I knew it. You sure it was her? Red coat, specs?
Yeah, sort of swept back. Oh, it was her, all right.
This man she was with, what were they doing exactly?
Well, they were having the dish of the day. Roast lamb and baked potatoes. It looked rather nice.
No, I don't mean food, Mavis. Don't be silly.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you did ask. And I couldn't help noticing what they were eating, because when you phoned I hadn't had any lunch. Still haven't.
Yes, all right. Now, what I want to know is, were they sitting close? How did they behave? That sort of thing.
Well, they were talking a lot. At least she was talking, and he was nodding, and she kept leaning forward, putting her hand on his arm.
Oh. This man, what did he look like?
He was quite a different type from you, Derek. He was, smartly dressed and younger than you. Well, an athletic sort, I thought, you know. Quite sporty, if you know what I mean.
I'll give them sporty.
Oh, well, are you going to go in then, Derek? Confront them?
I've been thinking, Mavis. That could be just what she wants. A scene in public. She'd love that. I lose control. I hit this man. He hits me. This is a good start, Mavis, but we've got to box clever.
Well, where are you going?
Well, back to the office. I've been away too long as it is.
But I thought...
Well done, Mavis. I'll be in touch. Thank you, Mavis. When the chips were down, you turned up trumps. Look at it. It's like a flaming cemetery.
You can stay quiet all night for me because I'm jiggered. I've not recovered from doing Hilda's cleaning this morning.
Nice quiet night will do me nicely.
Quiet nights do not pay the wages, Jack. Or put new frocks on your back.
That's where I should be, right now, on my back.
I never get no rest, me, you know. I went home this afternoon to get my feet up. The mother-in-law starts cleaning the windows, dusting, hoovering.
She's only trying to be helpful, Jacko. Make herself useful.
She could make herself useful to me by disappearing in a puff of smoke. Oh, blind O'Reilly.
You ought to be flipping well ashamed of yourself.
What am I supposed to have done now?
You know. Telling my mother to get herself a job.
I never said no such stupid thing.
Oh, you fibber!
No, what I said was, Matt, now you cast your mind back. I was buying you a drink, weren't I?
First
And
man
what
put his hand in his pockets since I come living here.
Yeah, miserable get.
No, what I said was...
Look, never mind. Get us half a lager. Stout for you, is it, man?
Aye, but I'm paying for these.
No, you won't. She'll put your money away. Now, look here. Her pension's her spending money. And she doesn't have to earn her keep, neither.
Look, all I said was, if I'm allowed to speak, all I said was that she needed an interest. It was just general conversation, that's all.
Oh, aye. Go on. Tell us what I did this after.
Well, the evening paper came through the door, see? So he gets it, and he folds it as situations vacant. Yeah. And he passes it to me, and he says, here you are, Ma. Bound to be something there nobody else will
I was only trying to flipping help.
Oh, you rat. You're definitely sleeping on the settee tonight. Oh, yes, because you're not sleeping with me. You can take your conjunctional rights and you can stick 'em. Come on, love.
I used to look forward to it, you know, going cleaning at the Lowthers, but, well, I've got now to look forward to now.
You'll be glad to see you back at the Rovers. It'll be the red carpet treatment for you down there, Hilda.
No, it's not like when Annie Walker had it. I mean, that Alec Gilroy don't appreciate me, you know.
Of course he does.
He doesn't appreciate nobody, him. Frightened to tell you you've done a good job in case you're asking for more money.
Yeah, I've worked for blokes like that. Still, you get on okay with Mike Baldwin, don't you? What's up?
Well, you give me the sack, Mike Baldwin. Mind you, he was upset at the time. Has he said anything about me?
I've not seen him. He's not been about since Mrs. Baldwin left him.
Blimey, what's been going on round here?
Oh, it's different to when you was here, Eddie. You can't trust folk nowadays. They bash you as soon as look at you. I never used to worry when Stan was in the house,
Hey,
but...
you're not to worry. I mean, me and Kevin, we're only next door, aren't we?
Oh, that'll be visiting finished. Well, very nice of you all to come.
I've got a car tonight, Eddie. You want a lift anyway?
Oh, you could drop us over the bus station.
Yeah, sure.
See you soon, Hilda. And keep smiling, eh?
Yeah, and you look after Marion and that baby and don't worry about me now. Ta-ra, love. You look after her, Kevin. Keep an eye on her.
I do. And you stop worrying. I'll see you soon.
Ta-ra.
You've had a lot of visitors again. Must be popular.
Yes, well, Eddie, he was my lodger, you know, before Kevin. Of course, he's married now and they've got a little girl and, well, Kevin and Sally have got their own place and all.
I've got some news for you. Oh, but don't say I told you. You'll be going home in a couple of days. Doctor will be telling you tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, aren't you pleased? You're going back to your own house.
Well, doesn't matter much where I am now as far as I can see.
Oh, like this, say, Hilda. Life goes on, you know.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Seemed to be a lot of toing and froing and raised voices during the night.
Oh, we didn't wake you up, did we?
I managed to get off again, eventually.
Yeah, well, it was hard, Jack. You see, me and him had a bit of a set, so...
You don't have to tell me what about.
Well, he ends up on sofa, me up and stairs in my bed. Then at middle at night, he comes clumping up the bedroom steps, saying as out settee, he's setting his back off. And if I don't let him in bed, well, he'll be off work for a week.
You're too soft with him, that's your trouble.
Well, I need something to warm my feet on.
I can always lend you a water bottle.
Sorry.
Right. Anyway, Mum, if he gets on to you about getting a job, take no notice of him, right? Because you're welcome to stop here for as long as you like. And you don't have to put one penny piece towards your keep.
Morning. Morning. But I wouldn't be averse to a bit of part-time, Vera, love. It'd give me an interest.
Well, that's up to you. And I don't want you feeling that you have to do it, because you don't have to do it. It's only on about her getting a job. Have you ever heard don't like it, eh? I mean, even wild animals show more hospitality to their own kind.
Yeah, I dare say. We're ready then.
Yeah, all right.
Now, is there out you want me to do, shopping or out?
See, look, she's that good, you know. She helps me in lots of ways, you know. No, Mum, it's all right. No, I haven't made a list out yet.
Oh, you're blimey, it's like Piccadilly Station in here. Nobody got any work to go to.
Oh, and what do you mean by that?
Now,
Yes, well, we have, haven't we, Vera? Shall we be getting across road?
Just don't you get on to her about working, that's all. Or else you'll be sleeping with the pigeons tonight. Never mind the settee. Bye, love.
Ta-ra.
Bye, Vera, love.
Bye, Vera, love. Man, how you cross the road? Try and time it as soon as the bus come in.
I don't know. All this rowing and argy-bargy. It's a wonder she's stuck with you as long as she has.
Yeah, well, it keeps her in trim, doesn't it? Haven't you noticed? Not an ounce of fat on the woman.
I've noticed, yes. And I put it down to her being starved of affection. That's what I put it down
You're a
to.
laugh a minute, you are, Amy. Yeah, that's... So you're keen on getting back to work, then, are you?
Not that I'm supposed to talk to you about, no.
Oh, now, come on, we are adults. We can talk about what we like. Are you looking for a job, or are you not?
Well, I wouldn't turn my nose up at a bit of part-time. Why, do you know something?
Not this very minute, no. But I know something. I know this town knows me.
Ah, I bet it does.
So I'll put a few feelers out, see what the grapevine brings back. I mean, you've got to get out from adverts, are you? I mean, a senior citizen like yourself.
I wouldn't mind something like I done before.
Why, what was that? Coal leaving? Spotted dumper driving for Wimpy's, was it?
I done dinner lady once, and I've also done bits of cleaning.
Oh, well, we'll give the executive positions a miss, eh? Put a nice little cleaning job. I'll lay odds I'll have one of them for you before tea time.
Mr. Robert?
What, look?
You know Mrs. Ogden's coming out of hospital this
Oh, is
evening.
she? Well, that's a step in the right direction for, isn't it?
Hey, well, could I have a bit of time off to go and pick her up and make sure she gets settled in and that?
Yeah, go on. I'll ask Orders to help me in here.
Time.
Hey, she'll need somebody with her, though, won't she? Be stuck in that house by herself.
Well, she will, really, yeah.
Hello, Mike, you all right?
Yeah, not so bad. Hey, listen, can I leave this with you, darling, and I'll call back for it later?
Yeah, sure. I'll do it now because I'm going to be off in a minute. Hey, Mrs. Ogden's coming out of hospital at dinner time.
Oh, is she? Give her my best regards, won't you?
Yeah, well, hey, do you know it'd be a real tonic to her if you were to offer her a job back at your flat? Do you know that would be just what the doctor ordered, would that?
She got a prescription for that, has she?
No, it's just something that occurred to me, that's all.
All right, I'll think about it. See you, darling.
It'll get you in trouble one of these days, that tongue of yours.
I'm only trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
Me and all, which is why I'm up and about at this unearthly hour. Now, lovey, you can sort yourself out for lunch, can't you? I'll do us a proper meal at tea time.
You what? Why? Where are you going now?
Oh, I told you. Do you know, I might just as well be talking to the wall half the time. I'm going to give our Gail a hand, right? Because old Phyllis is laid up with a bug or other, and she's all on her own in the cafe.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you to help me in the shop.
Well, I can't, can I? Now, you see? Maybe that'll teach you to listen next time. Ta-ra.
She never said out to me about that. She never mentioned it to me. Would I have forgotten? Would I have forgotten?
I'll tell you what, why don't you go and have a nice cup of tea and I'll shout you if we get busy.
Yeah, right, I think I will.
Giving old Alfie an hard time again, was you?
As if I would.
No.
What do you mean, no? You don't even know what I'm going to say to you yet.
No, but I know when you say Kevin in that tone of voice, I'm not going to like it.
All I was going to say is, you know Mrs. Ogden's coming out of hospital at dinner time? Well, she's going to be convalescing, isn't she? So I think that we should do all we can just to make sure she's not left on her own too much. Now, you agree with that, don't you?
Sure.
Good.
So, will you be doing any more sleuthing today?
It wasn't sleuthing, Rita, thank you.
Well, spying, keeping the subject under surveillance. I mean, I'm not well up with the jargon, but I have read one or two John le Carre books.
I was just helping Derek.
Oh, so he was like your control. Oh. Don't answer that. What were you doing exactly? I never did get a proper tale.
Well, I just went into the pub while Derek stayed in the car park.
And you saw Angela?
Oh, no, not straight away. I mean, at first I couldn't see anybody remotely resembling Derek's description of her, so I had to look around. But, of course, I had to do it without being too conspicuous.
Yes, you'd want to blend in with the wallpaper.
Yeah, so I went across to the bar and I ordered a drink.
Good move.
And then suddenly, there she was, sat in a corner. Oh, Rita, I could feel my heart beating 10 to the dozen. I thought, whatever will I do if she looks at me?
Did she?
No.
Oh.
No, she was deep in conversation with this man. Well, I couldn't see him, not clearly, because he had his back to me. So, what I did, there was this picture on the wall of Constable's Hayway, so I went across to it and pretended to be looking at it.
And you spotted it were a copy?
Well, of course it was a copy, Rita.
Sorry.
Anyway, from there I could turn round and have a really good look at this man. And then, well, then I went back out to Derek.
Back out into the cold?
No, it wasn't all that cold.
Oh. Well, it sounds as if you were enjoying yourself. So, what's Derek going to be doing now?
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't know. I mean, having had it confirmed that his wife's seeing another man, well, it's a very difficult situation for him.
I just thought I'd let you know I'm going to have a word with Alec about this cleaning lark and tell him I'm no longer available.
What, you're fed up with it? You've only been doing it for a couple of days since Bessie went poorly.
I am fed up of him taking advantage. I mean, he could have got a temporary in, couldn't he? But no, and I shall tell you why. Because he is gaining a wage, isn't he? With all this talk about us pitching in and lending hand. That's what it's all in aid of.
86 pence, please, love. So, do you want me to say the same, then? That I'm not available either?
No, that's up to you, darling, but I don't want you to feel dragooned into ours.
I don't feel dragoon, Jack. What I hate is feeling mucky before you've to start serving.
Half a bitter, please, and I think you'll find that's correct.
Percy, you are just the man I'm looking for.
That means you want something, does it?
Well, you're a man of influence, aren't you? You represent the local authority in this manor.
Well, I'm a caretaker, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, who is more important than a caretaker?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose I see what you mean.
Do you know where there's any cleaning jobs going? Schools, public laboratories, nuclear power stations, out?
No, not off the cuff, no. Anyway, there'll be a waiting list. You'll have to go down to town hall, get your name put down, and then wait for a vacancy.
Yes, well, a man like yourself will cut through all that, won't he? Get us a little bit of preferential treatment, eh? A couple of drinks in it for you?
I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, but I'm not being a party to anything underhand. Oh, no. I've run over a dozen jobs now, I wouldn't tell you. Not after that.
You're going to waste my time with you anyway.
Yes, you are.
Because you're now but a mop pusher, Percy. You've got about as much influence as soft Mick. Hi, boss.
Is everything all right, Jack?
Yeah, smashing. Great, yeah. Well, it's about this cleaning lark. It's a woman's job, isn't it? I don't want to do it.
Oh, come on, Jack. We all said we'd pull together. A team effort, one for all for one.
Yeah, well, I'd rather not, if you don't mind.
Oh, dear. Then poor Gloria. I'm afraid it's going to fall all the more heavily on her shoulders.
Oh, no, it isn't, because poor Gloria's fed up with it as well.
Just a minute. What is all this? Some kind of organised withdrawal of labour? I didn't notice Arthur Scargill dropping in for a pint.
We're just fed up with it, Alec. It's gone on for long enough.
I see. Right. Tell me, did you say Hilda was back home again now?
I believe she is, aye.
Yeah, but only just. I mean, she'll not be fit for starting back here.
Don't be ridiculous, Gloria. The professional people that run these hospitals, doctors and consultants, they know what they're doing. Wouldn't have sent her home if they didn't think she was fit to resume her role in society.
Beats the hospital food, I'll bet.
I don't think I really had enough to say. Seem to have lost my appetite for being hit on the head.
Right, that's got you unpacked. Now, I Ubered round for you yesterday, and I put your electric blanket on your bed to wear it, so you don't have to lift a finger. Oh, and there's all your post.
Oh, it'll be all bills, I dare say.
Well, sit down and eat that before it goes cold.
Oh, well, I'll just go and get that.
God, she's like a cat on hot bricks. Never still for 2 minutes together.
I was just the same at her age.
Yeah, well, you'll be the same again. Give yourself a week or two.
Oh, hello, Mr. Baldwin.
Hi. Don't let me interrupt. I just popped in to say it's nice to see you back home again, Hilda.
Oh, thank you.
And if you feel like having your old job back at my place, give us a shout, OK?
Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, you'd love to, wouldn't you, Mrs. Ogden?
Hey, let her answer for herself, will you?
Yes, it is nice, and I appreciate it.
Well, you don't have to give me an answer now. Think about it, all right? I'll let myself out.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Baldwin. Hey, there you go. You see Belly through the door, and they're all coming running after you.
Yes, well, he's always been more thoughtful than people give him credit for us, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, but you don't want to go rushing back to work, do you? I mean, not till you're 100% fit again.
She doesn't have to go rushing back to work, Kevin. Mr. Baldwin says you can tell him any time she likes.
Yeah, I heard what he said.
And I've been telling Sally, it's very good of the two of you to be doing all you are doing for me.
That's okay.
Well, I mean, all that visiting and looking after the house. And now offering to stop with me the first few nights. Well, you're better than I deserve.
I told Mrs. Ogden about us, you know, while you went out to get the dinner.
You told her?
I told her that, well, you know, we'd stop over for a couple of nights till she gets her strength back. You know, just so she knows somebody's on the premises if she needs them.
That's £7.20 to the end of the week.
Oh, right, that's another debt settled. I don't know. It's never ending, is it? Just when you think you're getting straight, there's another batch comes along. I don't know how them that goes on, you know, that's got credit cards and higher purchase and whatever have you hanging over their heads. I couldn't sleep at night, me, if it were me. Is that my change?
Yes.
Oh, right, thank you. Ta.
Bye, Ivy. Right, love, I'm off for my dinner. See you in about an hour, all right?
No. No, don't go just for a minute, Rita. Yes, please.
Yes. Have you got such a thing as a red biro, by any chance?
Yes.
Well, aren't you going to tell the gentleman how much it is? Does he have to guess?
It's 20. To 20 pence.
Well, you can't complain about that, can you? Bye now.
Bye.
Oh, Rita.
What?
Where's he gone? Just go and have a look. He's not waiting outside, is he?
No, he's gone. Why? Who is he, for God's sake?
It was Angela's boyfriend. Yes, the one that I saw her with, the one that I was spying on. That was him in here just now. Well, would you please tell Mr. Derek Wilton when he comes back that it's extremely urgent? Oh, yes, Miss Riley, the cabin, Rosamond Street. Thank you.
Look, it's one of two things. Either you've made a mistake
I've not made a mistake, Rita. That was Angela's boyfriend. I know it was Angela's boyfriend. I'll remember his face till the day I die.
Well, if you haven't made a mistake, then it's a coincidence. No. Oh, you see him in a pub one day, the next he happens to call in here. I mean, after all, it is a shop, isn't it?
Well, he's never set foot in here before.
Not that either of us can remember.
He hasn't. No. I'll tell you why he came in, shall I?
Yeah, because he wanted a red biro.
He came in because he must have seen me watching him when he was with Angela. I don't know how, but he must have, and he's traced me here.
Now, why would he want to do that?
I don't know. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless he's out to silence me.
Oh, Mavis.
Well, what else, Rita? I mean, look, he's having an affair that he wants to be kept secret. Now he knows I know about it. I'm the witness to it.
Mavis, give up.
Come on, these things happen. We sell papers every day full of stories about people being done away with.
Yes, and I think handing them must have affected your brain. Now, I'm late as it is, so we'll talk about this when I come back.
Oh, no, don't leave me alone.
Why? Oh, Mavis. Look, I tell you what I'll do. I'll get some from next door, all right? Better phone Alan and warn him that I'm acting bodyguard till Derek can get here and take over.
What did you have to say we'd sleep here for?
Because she shouldn't be left on her own, Kevin, not yet.
Yeah, but we're only next door. We could have kept an eye on her from there.
Yeah, but not through the night, we could.
Yeah, well, why didn't you ask me first instead of being all clever about it?
It's only for 1 or 2 nights, and I'll make it up to you after.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Is Mrs. Ogden at home?
Yeah.
See ya. Nothing I said, was it?
No, she's in there.
Thank you.
This is unexpected.
Yeah, so's that. By gum, it's an awesome view, Hilda, if that takes your breath away.
Oh, well, I've got used to it.
I don't think I ever would. Well, now, Hilda, and how are you feeling?
Oh, a bit better than I was.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear it.
Right, I'm going to put the kettle on. Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. Gilroy?
No, thank you, Sally.
I know you will.
You're looking very well, I must say. You're looking very, very well. Just as a point of interest, when do you think you'll manage to get back to work?
Oh, well, I haven't really thought.
Tomorrow morning?
Oh, no. No, I can't see me being up to that.
No, of course not. What am I thinking of? I mean, you've only just got back, haven't you? You'll need a chance to get your bearings and that. Morning after.
Well, I'll bid you good day then.
Bye, Mr. Sugden.
Oh, Mrs. Byrne, settling in all right, are you?
Well, you should know. Where you've been following me. I'm up and down.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I know your sort. Always on the lookout for ladies on their own. Well, you needn't worry, because I know what you're up to. You ought to be ashamed, your age.
And you ought to seek medical attention.
Public nuisance, that's what you are. I'll have a packet of them fork scratchings.
If I might just say so, I think you've misunderstood Mr. Sugden, you know. He's quite a gentleman in his own way.
Oh, he's smooth with it. That sort always
There's no
are.
jobs at your place, is there? I mean, but sweeping up, cleaning the gutters, doesn't matter how base a menial. In fact, the more base a menial, the better.
No, there's not. Anyway, I already employ your wife. Who are you trying to foist stuff on me now?
Bill Mar-in-law there.
What have I ever done to you? You've got some sort of grievance against me, is that it, eh?
weeks, months, maybe even years.
What?
Before Hilda's going to start cleaning here again.
Well, you can't blame her, Alex. She's only just come out of hospital.
Well, look, can't you have a word with Jack? Sort something out between
No.
you.
Jack's worse than useless anyway, and I've done it for long enough. You're just going to have to put a penny on yourself, aren't you?
It must be relieved to be back home, knowing you're back amongst friends.
Oh, it is. And folk have been ever so kind.
Well, they think a lot about you, that's why.
I've had my old jobs offered back, and Kevin and Sally. Well, if they'd been my own family, I couldn't have expected more of them. No, it's just that...
What?
Well, they all seem to expect me to be just like I was before.
And you will be, not straight away. You need to rest and get your strength back. That some of these young folk don't understand. I mean, it takes a body longer to recover at our age.
No, I mean, take today. Now, I should have been looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting home. But, you know, I wouldn't have minded if they'd said I had to stop in hospital another week. Another 2 weeks.
You've had a terrible ordeal, that's why.
Yes, and I'm still having it, because I don't feel like it's ended. That's what I'm saying. They all talk as though it's over and just a matter of me forgetting it, but I can't forget it. I can't go back working at the Rovers and be just like I was before. I mean, look at poor Mrs. Lowther. She can't go back, can she?
Now, Mrs. Ogden, love, you're only upsetting yourself. Give time a chance. Time, the great healer.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. You won't say anything to anybody, will you?
Oh, no, not at all, no.
No, I dare say I'm just a bit overtired, that's all. They all want me to be well, so... Well, I can't go letting everybody down, can I?
I was wondering if it was convenient to have a word.
But not open, you know.
That's why I've come. See, I didn't want my son-in-law poking his nose in.
Son-in-law, but... Oh, you mean Jack? Well, you better go through.
You can turn that sign round to closed if you want.
I will, yes.
And if I were you, I'd put my feet up, watch some telly and forget all about Angela's flipping boyfriend. Because even if it was him, I'm sure it were pure coincidence, and I'm sure he won't be coming back here again.
Oh,
Stay there.
it's not him, is it?
Worse than that.
Oh, hello, Rita.
Derek.
Mavis, the office said...
Derek, I know you'll say I shouldn't have rung, but I had to, Derek. I just had to, and I hope you'll understand when I tell you what's happened.
Well, he better.
Happened? What has happened, Mavis?
Angela's boyfriend's been here.
Here?
Yeah.
In this shop?
He stood there on that very spot, and he spoke to me.
Nothing defamatory, I hope.
He said, have you got a red biro?
Derek, I'm frightened. Why was he here? What does he want?
Oh, no. It was a mystery.
Yes, and one we could all do without, don't you think?
But you said yesterday, after you'd been in the pub, you said you were sure he hadn't noticed you, that neither of them had.
Well, I was wrong, wasn't I? He must have noticed me and he's tracked me here. Because I'm the only witness, aren't I? The only living witness. He's going to make sure that I don't squeal. He's out to silence me.
Now, maybe you're being ridiculous again.
Well, she does have a point, though.
What?
Well, I don't think you should dismiss Mavis's theory quite so lightly. I mean, it does add up.
Listen, don't you think you should do something about it? I mean, being as you got her into this in the first place, don't you think you should be the one to get her out of it?
Well, how?
How? Well, confront that wife of yours. Ask her who this fella is and what's going on, and do it tonight.
Yes, well, I
Listen,
suppose
if you care out at all about Mavis, that's the least you can do. Well, you say something.
Well, I'd rather things were resolved, Derek.
Well, yes, of course. Right. I shall return home and confront Angela with my suspicions. That's if she's in.
Derek.
Well, yeah, and if she's not, I'll wait up for her. No, you're quite right. This can't go on. I shall resolve it, Mavis. Trust me.
Right, I'll go and see to me birds.
You want to wash your hands after? They're rife with disease, them things.
Funny they say the same thing about you.
Oh, by the way, Jack.
What?
Did you inquire about a job for me, like you said?
And like I said, he answer.
Did you get in touch with them contacts you said about?
I didn't have a chance, ma'am. Tomorrow I'll get round to it, eh?
He'll not get you a job in a month or Sundays, then. It's all he can do to hold on to his own.
Good job I got one myself then, isn't it?
Eh? You haven't, have you?
Part-time cleaning. Pub at end of street. What's it called?
What? Where our Jack works? Rovers?
Aye, Rovers, that's it. Start tomorrow morning.
You do? Well,
What's the big joke then?
I was just telling her I landed myself a bit of a cleaning job.
Well, good on you, Ma. I don't know what she finds so funny, but I would like to say, well done.
Thank you, Jack.
Drawing pins, you said?
That's right. Have you got a pen I could borrow?
Do you know, it's not something we get a lot of call for in here these days.
Eh?
Drawing pins.
Oh, well, you know why, don't you? Because they're pinching them all from the centre. I put a dozen down the side of that notice board 2 days ago. I go to put a post up this morning for the over 60s Christmas wish drive, and what do I find? Not a one. It's not on, you know. I don't know why folk do it. I just can't see the point.
Well, you won't, will you? People are pinching your drawing pins.
Oh, I should have known better than mention that in here.
Oh, come on, Percy. What's a few drawing pins?
But it isn't just a few drawing pins, is it? It's anything that's not nailed down. And it's not if folk are taking us up because they need it. It's a disease, Mrs. Fairclough. A social disease of the worst kind. I bid you good morning.
Hang on a minute.
What?
My pen.
Oh.
That's how I got it.
Nice. Take it there haven't been any phone calls for me while I've been in the back.
Mavis, if you're going to be hopping about like a kangaroo on a trampoline every time that phone goes, do us both a favour. Phone that precious Derek.
I've no intention of phoning Derek. When Derek's got something to tell me, he'll be in touch, and in the meantime, I'm sure he's doing his best to get to the bottom of it.
Well, I hope he's more successful than I am. Because for the life of me, I can't imagine why his wife's boyfriend is following him.
Well, no, for the moment, neither can I, but I'm sure if anybody can get to the bottom of it, Derek can.
Mavis Riley, I believe you're enjoying this.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, thanks. Sure, bye.
Right, I'm off.
Right. Oh, how's Mrs. O?
All right.
Did she eat her breakfast?
No, just picked at it a bit. But she insists I left the washing up to her, so...
Well, I suppose that's something. All right, love. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Try.
See you, Mr. Roberts.
Hey, listen, if there's anything I can do to help, you know.
Oh, it's funny you should say that.
Hey?
Well, you couldn't give me an hour off, could you, this afternoon while I take her shopping?
Shopping?
Oh, do you know, it'd do the world of good. I know it would. I've just got to get her out of that house some way.
Ah, yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Ah, all right, make it about 2:30, though, will you?
Morning.
Hello, love.
Need any milk?
Hi, how much do you want? 1 crate, 2?
No, bottled. Milkman left us out again this morning. I've told Rita not to argue toss over that bill.
Right, I wish he'd forget me in the morning if he brings that sort of smile to your face.
Don't be daft. Just had a phone call answer from Patrice.
Was that French lad?
My fiancé. And he's definitely coming over at Christmas.
Can't be bad.
Hey, can you imagine waking up on Christmas morning and finding him at the end of your bed in a Christmas stocking?
Oh. I can. I don't think Kev would go much on it, though.
Jenny, do you want this lifter, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just coming.
Well, come on, then. I've got to be at the warehouse at 9 o'clock.
All right, I'm
Morning, all.
coming. Roll on Christmas, eh?
Hey, I've just done that. Get it moved.
What a flaming place to leave a cleaner.
Where do you expect me to leave it? On a parking meter? Now, come on, get that crate moved from there.
That's all you're concerned about, ain't it, you flaming tabletop? Don't bother about me, I could have broke my ankle. What do you care?
Shift it. Oh, perhaps you'll take more notice of Mr. Gilroy.
Oh, you think you're very smart, don't you, Madam A? You think you've got it wrapped round your little finger, don't you? Well, let me tell you,
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, of course it is, boss. Why shouldn't it be?
I thought you were doing the optics, Jack.
Yeah, well, I was. I mean, I am, as soon as I stocked up with mixers.
Stocked up? Thought you were making a time you've been in that cellar this morning.
Yeah, well, I've had other things to do down there, I know, haven't I?
I like reading the print off the racing page.
Now, listen here, you...
All right. Let's just get on with it, shall we? We would like to open in a couple of hours. It's not too much to ask.
Go on. You make the most of it while you can, darling, because your days are numbered, I'm telling you. The minute Hilda walks through that door, you are on your bike, and by all accounts, it could be any day now. So if you want to do yourself a favour, find yourself another job, like yesterday.
Molly! Oh. Hi.
Oh, Sally.
Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. I told you I'd see to all that.
Oh, well, I had to do something for myself.
Well, I've got something a lot more interesting than ironing lined up for you.
What?
Shopping. You and me are going shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah, shopping. Christmas is coming if you hadn't noticed. Now, I want you ready and dressed by 2:30, and then we're going to get the bus into town.
Oh, well, look, Sally, I don't want you to think I'm not grateful, but, well, if it's all the same to you, perhaps not today. Perhaps next week sometime.
Next week? It'll be like a flipping football match.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, well, perhaps we would be better leaving it.
Oh, I see. So you didn't mean a word of it then?
What?
What you said to Mr. Roberts.
What's he got to do with it?
Well, you promised Mr. Roberts you'd start to pick up the threads of your life again, didn't you? You promised all of us.
Yes, well, I will do. It's just that, well, I don't feel like being dragged round the town just at the moment.
I see. So you're just going to sit here and let the world pass you by? Not seeing a soul unless someone pops in to see you? Waiting for me and Kevin to come home at night, Mrs. Ogden, we're not going to be here forever. We've got a home of our own to go to.
Yes, I know, and, well, I was going to have a word with you about that, as it happens.
About what?
Well, you and Kevin. You've been very good to me, the pair of you. I don't know what I would have done without you since I come out of hospital. I don't, honest, but, well, like you say, you have got your own home to go to, so I thought that as from tonight, I'm going to try and manage on my own.
Honest?
Yes, well, I've got to start somewhere, haven't I? And you're only next door if I do need anything, so you see, I am making an effort, aren't I?
Yeah, of course you are.
So hot pots, Lord?
Oh, sorry, Vera, no hot pots today, but we got plenty of pies.
Oh, is Betty still not feeling any better then?
About the same, I reckon. So she's taken herself off to their gardens for a bit. That'll put the colour back into her cheeks if anything will, once she gets with that little grandchild of hers.
Yeah.
So what's it to be then?
Well, I'll have a steak and kidney hot. What about you, Vera?
Ah, go on. Not much choice, is there?
I'll give you a shout when they're ready.
Chucking your money away, mate. You call it a dog, you can catch a cold, that.
I have it on very good authority, I'm telling you. I meet the lad every morning. What exercises him? He says it's a dead cert.
Oh, do yourself a favour, save your money. Well, and if you want to show your gratitude to me for stopping you chucking your glass away, I'll have half with you.
You won't, you know.
Jack, can I have a word?
Me?
There is only one Jack working behind this bar, isn't there?
But what am I supposed to have done now?
Supposed? Nothing. It's what you have done, Jack. Like telling your mother-in-law to look for another job.
Yeah, but well, I was only spelling out the situation in fairness to her. I mean, for all we know, Hilda could be back next week.
Yes, well, let me spell out a few facts for you, shall I, Jack? Amy is cleaner here, and she stops here till I say different. Not you, nor anyone else.
No, and I know, but she is only filling in, isn't she, till Hilda gets back on her feet again.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Eh?
Well, Hilda's given no indication that she even wants to come back to work.
Of course she wants to come back. It's alive as this place.
Well, when she does, she'll have a word with me about it, and then we'll take it from there. But until that time, Amy is cleaner here. And quite frankly, the longer that situation remains, the more likely it is to be permanent. So if you don't like it, Jack, well, I think I've made it already quite clear what you can do about it.
But what else can I do? I mean, I tried always to get him to come round. I've been that nice to him lately. Well, it hurts. But he just chucks it back in my face.
I know, Vera, so you've told me. 300 flipping times.
But you don't have to live with it, Ivy.
Live with it? I've done nothing but live with it since your mother landed on you.
Ivy, 2 steak and kidney. Watch the plate to the heart.
Thanks. Right. Now, Vera, do you think we can stop talking about your mother for 5 minutes and get on with us dinners?
Oh, will you be all right for an hour, will you, Gloria?
Expect so. How out are you?
Yeah, just a bit of business. I shouldn't be too long.
See you later then.
Still nursing the same half, I see, Sam.
Where's he gone?
Didn't say, just out.
You say how long he'd be?
About an hour.
Right, so I'll just nip out myself then.
Where to?
Look, I'll tell you later. I'll be back in 10 minutes, right?
Oh, Jack!
Hiya, Jack. Hiya, Don. How are you?
Now where they actually gone?
Who?
Ah, Jack is just took off out of here as if his shirt tails are on fire.
I don't know, Vera. Can we talk about something else?
But it's dominating my life, Ivy.
Dominating your life? What do you think he's doing to me?
Hey, is this a private party or can anybody join in?
Oh, John, what are you doing here?
Hey, you've got me there. Perhaps I better be off.
No. Come and sit down, you silly beggar. It's Vera's show.
Eh?
You heard?
Oh, well, if you insist.
He does.
I'll have a glass of orange juice.
And I'll have the same again, please. Thank you very much.
I hope you don't mind me muscling on you like this.
Mind? You've just saved my flipping life.
So what are you doing here?
Well, that's very nice, isn't it? Come up here, neighbourly call, see how we are.
All right, when the Rovers is at its busiest.
Aye, well, we're talking, weren't we? You know.
What about?
What about you, Hilda? No one's on his mind, you know. The old place isn't the same without you. You're looking a damn sight better than last time I saw you, that's for sure.
Oh, aye.
You certainly are. So it's, right what I've been hearing, is it?
And what would that be?
That you are making an effort to get back into the swing of things.
Doing my best, yeah.
I'm pleased to hear it. I was only saying to the girls this morning. Won't be long before that Hilda is running us ragging before you can say best bitter.
And that's what you've come to tell me, is it?
No, I've come to do you a favour, really, love. Look, it's not been easy getting Alec to keep your job open. But I reckon that if you can show your face in the next couple of days...
Oh, look, it's good of you, all of you. But it's no use kidding folk, is it?
Kidding folk?
Yeah. To be honest, the way I feel right now, I don't think I'll ever feel like working again. And to tell you the truth, I couldn't care less.
I mean it, Flo, those were the very words. The way I feel right now, I don't reckon as if I'll ever feel like working again. You've no idea how low she's feeling, you know.
The impression Sally gave us, according to her, Hilda's really making an effort.
Yeah, well, it didn't look that way to me, I tell you.
Oh, well, it wouldn't, would it?
Eh?
Well, you wanted to walk back through that door first thing tomorrow morning,
Yeah,
don't
well, why
you?
not? I mean, if what young Sally was right, it'd be best for everybody, wouldn't it?
Best for you, you mean?
Now, all right, I admit, the sooner that Hilda comes back, the happier I am going to be. But I am really worried about her, Chloe.
All right, if it'll make you any happier, I'll pop in on my way home.
Good girl.
I'll take her a bottle of brandy and all. Tell you were so concerned you thought she should have something to hook her up.
Good idea.
You can give me the money later.
Hey, by the way, what will you be doing for Christmas Day then?
Me? You're joking?
Why should I be?
It's only the busiest time of the year for us.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. I forget.
Yeah, not that I'll be working 24 hours a day, man. We could get a couple of days, nights out.
That'd be nice.
So, what'll you be up to?
Hey?
Christmas.
Oh, running round like a scalded cock, I shouldn't wonder. I've got Brian and Gail and kiddies coming for Christmas Day. Mind, it's time of year that families really matter, isn't it? Still, I shouldn't need to tell you. You've got one of your own, haven't you?
Yeah, not that I'd know most of the time. The lad's working in France, has been doing for nearly 3 years, and the girls, well, I think they've forgotten that told fella exists. I'll get Christmas cards from them. You see, they both moved away when they got married, and they've got their own lives to lead.
So you won't be seeing any of them Christmas Day, then?
No. I could go see one if I wanted to, but with my hours, I can't get time off to make it worthwhile.
Well, look, if you've no better to do on Christmas Day, why don't you come to us?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. You've just said it's a time for families.
Don't be daft. You'd be more than welcome.
Well, if I wouldn't be at road.
Of course you won't be at road. I want somebody to do wash it up, won't I?
These are the cheaper ones, you said.
That's right.
Right, I'll take them. It's thought that counts any road, what they say, isn't it?
I can see that. Here we are. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks very much, love.
Pleasure to do business with you. Be
And
seeing you.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, hello.
I bet you've been wondering where I got to.
Mavis, I didn't even know you'd gone.
Oh, the queue outside that post office, it's right down the street. No phone calls to take?
No.
Oh, well, I've been racking my brains while I've been out, trying to think why that man would be following Derek.
Why?
Well, we know that he's Angela's boyfriend. Perhaps he wanted to make sure that Derek was safely back at work so he could embark on yet another assignation with Angela.
Brilliant, Mavis.
Do you think so?
Oh, I do. There's just one thing bothering me.
What's that?
You'd have to have a mind as devious as his to work that one out.
Right.
Hey, come here. If you were having an affair with another man's wife,
Eh?
and then... No, I said if. If you were having an affair with another man's wife and you followed him back to work, what would you be up to?
Rita.
Oh, come on. I'm only trying to be helpful. I mean, it was a fella that followed Derek, weren't it? So I'm trying to get a fella's point of view. Well?
Not Derek again.
Who else?
Look, I know it's one big laugh to you, but I don't see it that way. I find the whole business rather sinister.
I think Mavis could have a point there, you know. I mean, it could be industrial espionage. Well, a high-powered executive like Derek.
Oh, yes, I mean, he is a senior sales representative.
Well, there you are, then. It's obvious, isn't it? This man is using Derek's missus.
Using her?
Does Derek have access to information which could be of value to a competitor?
Oh, yes, I suppose he might have.
Well, there you are, then. Industrial espionage.
Industrial espionage? I never thought of that.
Oh.
Oh, thank you very much, but you shouldn't have bothered.
Oh, well, we have to think of something to cheer you up. Especially after this tale Jack Duckworth's come back with. According to him, you were feeling so down you didn't reckon you'd ever feel like working again.
Yeah, well, perhaps I did say something like that, but I felt that dropped on. I mean, he come barging in here saying how much everybody was missing me and how he was trying his best to keep my job open for me. If he'd had his way, he'd have had me back in the Rovers before closing time, and, well, I'm not ready for that, Gloria. Not yet. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course I do. Oh, do you know, there are times I reckon Jack Duckworth wants locking up. He's a menace to society, is that fella. So how are you feeling?
Oh, well, all right, you know. I've just got to take everything a bit at a time. Kevin and Sally have been very good to me. Don't know what I would have done without them. But I'm going to have to start trying. So I've told them they can go back to their own place tonight. It'll be a bit strange being on my own again, like, but, well, Kevin's going to put me a chain on the front door and some new bolts on the back, and they're only next door if I need anything.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear you going on all right. I was quite worried, you know. Jack with his tales of gloom and despondency.
Are we getting any tea tonight, or what?
I'm just off, Anna.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear it.
Hey, what did you say we're having again?
I said we'll have that big steak pie and you do some potatoes. I'll be along in about half an hour.
Half an hour?
Why are you going out?
No, I'm just starving.
Oh, that makes a change, doesn't it? You used to be such a finicky eater.
Ah, that was before she met Patrick. Since she come back from France, she's done that but eat me out of house and home.
Oh, there's some truth in it, then.
What?
Well, about Frenchmen and food. I mean, they're supposed to have big appetites, aren't they?
Oh, they do, Mavis. It's not only for food, either.
Hey,
all right, I'm going. Half an hour, no longer. See ya.
See you.
Must be very worrying, that relationship.
Worrying?
Well, I mean, she's obviously very keen on him, and he's obviously very keen on her. I mean, I don't think I'd have known how to cope with it, not at that age.
Well, it'd be a good deal more worrying if they didn't have that channel between them, believe me. Hey, let's call it a day. I'll clear up down here.
All right, then. If you're sure.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Rita.
Derry?
Is Mavis in? If she's not, I can always come back tomorrow.
Oh, she's in the back. I'll get her for you.
No, if she's doing something important.
Oh, very. Washing up. Mavis, there's a rep here to see you.
At this time of night? Oh, dear, I mean, they've got all day. Oh, Derek.
Mavis?
Oh, I've been expecting a phone call from you all day.
Yes, well, I had one or two loose ends to tie up, and, before I could talk, and, well, I thought it better to call personally rather than telephone.
Have you, found something out, then, about the mystery man?
Yes, I have, and, he's not a mystery anymore.
Oh, you mean you know why he was following you?
Yes, I do. And, oh, look, could we find somewhere more private to talk?
Well, yes, come through.
Thank you, Mavis.
I told you Derek would get to the bottom of it.
Well, they do say what a man's meat is another man's poison, don't they?
What with you?
I'm talking about Christmas. All right, view, your till'll be red hot. He'll be coining it. But what about Muggins here, eh? Where does that leave me?
Surely you don't begrudge your staff a bit of time off at Christmas.
A bit, no, Percy, but you seen how Christmas lands this year, eh? I mean, it's a long weekend, isn't it? Monday's a bank holiday, then you got another couple of days and it's New Year's, another long weekend. Those girls of mine have been milking it. Do you believe you?
Merry Christmas,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jack, tell me something.
What's his boss?
You do still work here, do you?
Work here? What are you on about?
Well, if you want it to stop that way, go and serve your mother-in-law. Like now.
What?
I'll have another light bottle.
Another one? Won't let you put him. He must have living all the legs or something.
Less than having all her head, like some I could mention. And you can tell that mucky old fella over there to keep his lecherous eyes off my body.
Not Percy, not again.
The look of a guilty man if I ever saw one.
Guilty? Guilty of what?
He's been undressing me with them eyes of his ever since he come in. That's indecent assault, is that?
You should be so flaming lucky. She is haunting me, Glow, I swear it. I come to work, she's here. I go home, she's there. She even comes in at night to torture me now. It can't go on, Glow. She's going to finish up having me as batty as her.
Well, it may not have to go on. Not for much longer, anyway.
Eh?
Well, I popped into Sale, didn't I?
So?
So, I don't reckon she'll be back this side of Christmas, but, well, I doubt if it'll be much after.
So why did she tell me she reckons she might never feel like working again?
Don't ask. Just count your blessings.
Right, Mrs. O, that's that done.
Oh, you put the chain on?
Yep, and a new bolt, and a couple of new ones on the back door, so wild horses won't get in now. Well, not unless you wanted them to.
Thanks, Kevin. I feel a lot happier now.
Right. You, sure you're going to be all right?
Well, got to get used to being on my own again sometime, haven't I?
Yeah, well, if you need us.
I know where you are, yes, Star.
Right, I'll be off then.
Oh, hang on. I'll come with you.
I can find my own way out.
Yes, I know that, but I've got to put my chain on the door, haven't I?
Come on, then. Now, you know how it works.
Yes, I'm not thick.
Right. Sally will probably pop round first thing in the morning anyway. See how you're getting on.
Right, all up.
All right. See you now.
Yes, ta-ra, Chuck. Well, Rommel, that's Kevin and Sally gone. It's just you and me now, Chuck. Just you and me.
I can't get over it, Mavis. I really can't. I just can't believe it's the same woman with whom I was once foolish enough to plight my troth.
Derek, you've told me what a deceptive creature Angela is. You've told me what kind of a day you've had. You've told me everything except what that man was doing following you.
I'm sorry, Mavis. It's just that I'm so beside myself with rage, as much as with myself as with Angela, that I could be outmaneuvered so completely by the wiles of a woman who was, well, quite frankly, not fit to breathe the same air as you.
Look, Derek, whatever the awful truth, I want you to know that I am right behind you all the way. Does that make it any easier?
Thank you, Mavis. You don't know how important that is to me. In fact, I think that's what's kept me going through all these trying times.
So, what was Angela's boyfriend doing following you?
He wasn't Angela's boyfriend.
Well, yes, I saw them together. It was definitely him.
Oh, yes, no, it was the same man you saw with Angela, yes, but he wasn't her boyfriend. He was a private detective.
A private detective?
A private detective engaged by Angela to follow me. Can you credit it? My own wife stooping to such a level.
But why?
Because while I was trying to glean enough evidence about her double dealing to demand a divorce, she, and this is the most underhand part of it all, Mavis, she was employing the private detective to get enough evidence about me for the same reason, so she could divorce me. She's planning to tempt me to the cleaners, Mavis, to see me out of house and home, out of a job.
You must stop her, Derry. You must fight it. Convince her that she's made a mistake. You're a good and faithful husband and always have been.
Well, it's too late for that now, Mavis. Angela is cock-a-hoop. She reckons she's got all the evidence she needs. She's suing me for divorce.
But she has no grounds.
No, she wouldn't agree with you there, Mavis. You see, she's convinced that you and me
You and me?
That's right. She's citing you as correspondent.
Well, morning, Percy. Bedbugs doing you out then,
How do? Mrs. Ogden not at home, then?
Well, search me, but they do say she hasn't put her nose out since that bad do.
Well, what do you expect, man, after the experience she's had? If you ask me, she's in shock. I've seen it. I've seen strong men break like reeds.
Well, it's all in the mind, isn't it?
But the woman's depressed. She's going to have to shift herself. It's like our M.O. used to say. What does a man with shell shock need? He needs a bomb behind him.
Well, I've tried. Gloria's tried. She isn't budging.
Hey, taxi, eh? Did you get me fags?
Yeah.
Did you get me mams and all?
Here.
Yeah, well, see, she gets the benefit and all. She needs them ciggies for her chest. And don't go snatching the cornflakes off her. She likes good plateful.
Pardon me, is your mother still cleaning the rovers?
Yeah? Not that it's any of your business.
I'm only saying because people are wondering now that Mrs. Ogden's back, as you might say, in the land of the living.
Look, if Hilda wants her job now, she'd better show her face.
Hey, there's no wrong, is there?
No, it's not a bit of lad, though. You know what he's like. Can't leave folk in peace. Any excuse to stick his oar in. He's one of nature's air raid wardens, you know. Handsome.
now, Mrs. Ogden. Love, get felling. On parade. Come on.
Silly old fool.
Hey, Riley, are you going to be showing your face this morning or what?
Oh, it's you.
Well, who did you think it was? The dreaded Angela on the marital warpath wanting a sort out.
Very funny. Hilarious. Here am I about to be cited in a divorce case, and all you can do is make cheap jokes.
Well, I'm sorry, Petal, but life must go on.
Please spare me that. I don't need Shakespeare. I am up to my neck in scandal, about to be branded a scarlet woman. The toast has gone on the blink, and all you can do is pester me with cliches.
Look, Mavis, I do have a shop to run. Now, if you don't feel up to it, OK, I'll get Jenny in to fill the breach. And by the way, that wasn't Shakespeare about life having to go on. Got it out of a Christmas cracker.
Oh, Christmas correspondence. I don't know which is worse. And anyway, why must life go on and on? Look, I think you better get Jenny, and I don't think I could face the shop.
Look, Mavis, I think you'd be better keep him busy. OK, if you don't feel up to it, I'll understand, but
do you really understand? You think it's all talk, don't you? Just another of Derek's cries for help.
Well, you've only got his word for it, haven't you? I mean, he trots along and says you're going to be cited as co-respondent, and you're sat here letting your imagination run riot with you. I mean, what evidence have you got that he's not flowering things up?
We've been followed, haven't we? I mean, perfectly innocent things have been made to look squalid and furtive.
Oh, maybe snap out of it. Derek Wilton's all talk and you know it. And if you don't realise that now, it's because you don't want to. I mean, if things were as bad as what he says, would he still be living with Angela?
Well, I don't know where else he could live. He's certainly not coming here.
Besides, if your conscience is clear... It is clear, isn't it?
Of course it's clear. But what does that count? It's the scandal. Oh, my poor mother, she'd turn in her grave. And as for my father, well, my name would be struck out of the family Bible if he was still alive. Do you know, he would never wear two-tone shoes. He always said they were adulterous shoes, correspondence shoes. Wouldn't have them in the house. Well, where would that put me then? Out in the cold, cold snow, I'll tell you.
If you two ladies have finished nattering up there, I'll run off my feet down here.
Better go, Rita, and perhaps you could get Jenny in. And Rita, if there are any phone calls, I'm
You're
not at home.
I say, who's the dreamboat?
What, you mean Sam? Sam Tyndall?
Him sniffing round your shelves like a bastardown gone mad. Is he inspector or something? Only he's knocking your prices.
Listen, if you can afford him, he can. He's not short of a bob or two, you know.
Hey, they do say he's a man of property. Get your hooks in him and you'll be landed for life.
Well, I don't know about property. He's got some rooms to let upstairs. And I'm no good time girl. And I can't abide gigolos. That's why I won't go into her home. They're crawling with gigolos. Plus I've here a married one. And she'd be well rid, I can tell you.
I say, Alf, this price taught me right.
Smack on and very good value.
It's gone up. I had one last week and it wasn't this price. That's Christmas, is it? Season of goodwill and daylight robbery.
I can't stand here listening to all this rubbish.
Oh, well, slope off then and pat your butter.
Patting butter went out with the ark, Sam.
Are you having that tin of soup or what, Sam?
Well, yeah, I reckon I'd better fork out or go famished. You know what the sound of Christmas is, don't you hear? Not sleigh bells, it's that till ringing. Oh, flaming great coal bills. I'm not damn calls, the front door sticking, carol singers always pestering you for brass. That is Christmas for me. How about you, Duck? You look like a woman what's lived. I'll bet you remember the Blitz.
If you don't mind, I'll thank you to keep your remarks to yourself. I'm not one of your fancy bits.
Hey, oh, she got a right temper on, hasn't she? I like a woman what speaks her mind.
Well, far be it from me to cool your ardour, but if you fancy your chances with that one, you're going to have Jack Duckworth to contend with.
How do you mean?
Oh, he thinks the world of her.
You mean the really sort of, carrying on?
No, you daft ape. Amy, that's Mrs. Burton. It's Jack Duckworth's mother-in-law.
You're a calling yet, Stanley? Oh, I can starve to the bone. Hey, Rommel Chuck, You'll be leaving me if this goes on, won't you? Finding fresh lodgings. Better get the fire going, eh? Don't you worry, Chuck. I know I'm not good for much any longer. I won't have you suffering.
Oh, you've not fetched Hilda then?
No, come straight from the garage, Anna.
I did think of popping in, but I've barely half an hour as it is, and Alf wants me back early.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I wasn't inferring, you know. No, you've done more than your share.
Well, myself, I think she needs time to herself, you know, not people pestering and mithering all the time.
Well, if I get 5 minutes, I'll nip round this afternoon, see if she's perked up at all.
Oh, well, you can do too much, you know. I think she'll come round in her own time.
Oh, Kev, I should have called Shanta.
So should I.
Oh, I can't bear it, you know. She's so strange. I don't think she's ever going to be the same again, to be honest.
I mean, the drawback with Christmas is it comes once a year. I mean, you've no sooner got one show on the road, you're rehearsing for the next. If I were running the country, I'd have it like the World Cup.
What do you mean?
Every 4 years. Give folk time to get over one before the next one comes along.
Oh, does this mean there'll be nothing in our stockings, then, from our grateful and ever-generous boss?
You've got to be joking. The earache he's just been giving me. I don't understand you, Sunshine. Right, you marry gorgeous blonde, it's Christmas, you go shopping, all you do is moan about going bust for Gordon Bennett. What do you expect?
I'm not moaning, I'm just saying. You know, Bet's been away for 4 hours.
4 hours and you're panicking? That's only the first mink coat, isn't it? No, what you gorgeous blondes want is a big spender. Well, I'm going shopping now. Spend a few quid on myself. See ya.
See ya.
What all that about?
Oh, he has funny moods these days. Should have a notice pinned on him. Danger. Unexploded bomb.
I say, landlord, could I have a word?
Yes, what is it?
Well, I'll be blunt, it's Mrs. Ogden. Can you not see you're out of order keeping this Burton woman on the strength?
You were right first time, Percy. I am a landlord, a publican, not a social worker.
Oh, yes, Alec, but I mean, if she showed willing, like, she would get her job back.
Young lady, that's punching your weight because a lot of folk round here think she should.
A lot of folk meaning Duckworth, I suppose. Well, let me tell you, Amy is reliable. And what I need at the moment is reliable staff. In all departments.
I see, it's mugs wanted.
If that were the case, Percy, you'd be on wages.
Oh, I'd not do. I'm not gormless enough. You wouldn't get me working for washers, think I'm getting a fortune, and then sticking it all back in that fruit machine.
You don't say. Well, I'm shattered. Here I am in your bad books, and I was thinking of asking you to manage the place.
What's biting that pair, then?
In confidence, Sam, it's over a woman.
A woman? That doesn't surprise me. They're both rum customers.
Lay odds it's my mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law, eh? Oh, I've met the lady. Are you having a drink?
What do you say?
Are you having a drink with me?
Sorry, Sam, just testing for sound. I thought you heard something there. Yes, I'll have a scotch since it's coming near Christmas.
Oh, well, then I'll have half of mild. Will she be dining with you and so on? You know, Christmas Day, your mother-in-law.
Oh, there's no escape, is there? The old bag's living in. Unless I can get the old bag arrested.
Hang on, do you mean you don't care for her?
Come on, Sam, you said you'd met the woman. Thought this drink was a gesture of compassion, Christian aid for a man in purgatory. Sam? Where's Sam gone?
I don't know, he just legged it.
He just legged it? What flaming game on? Who's going to pay for these drinks?
There you are, love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ta-da. Oh, I managed to keep one back for you. Here we are. There you go. What do you think? Jenny, you answer that phone, love, please.
My pleasure. Faircliff Emporium, seats and all parts. I don't know. Well, I mean, she's indisposed. Oh, I see. We'll just hang on a minute. Rita, it's Deadly Derek. Shall I?
No, don't tell him he's not available.
Right. I'll take them. Hiya. Did I say she was indisposed? My mistake. She's run off with a toy boy.
More phone calls to Paris on our bill.
Oh, meanie.
Eh? Have you seen the continental units we're being charged for?
I said we should have stuck with them carrier pigeons.
She's never off the flaming thing. I mean, is that a business line or isn't it?
Scrooge lives.
Now look, I know you've got to make arrangements if your boyfriend's coming over at Christmas.
Exactly, like reminding him not to forget your brandy and your cigars. In any case, it weren't Patrice for your information, it was Derek Wilton.
Did I hear you say Derek?
On the telephone, love.
Oh, my goodness, why didn't you tell me?
Because you told me not to.
Well, I didn't mean Derek, for goodness sake. I meant solicitors and such.
Look, can I just make one thing clear? During business hours, that phone is for business, not romance. If you want romance, we do have a large stock of scented notepaper.
Available to staff at generous discounts.
Now listen, love, it's your brass as much as mine, you know. I mean, there's Patrice in Paris, there's Derek God knows where. All we need now is a long-distance quote of Santa Claus in Lapland.
Well, thank you very much. Most helpful.
Oh, and a Merry Christmas to all who sail in her.
There you are now. Now, I've got to go out. You stay settled. You stop here where it's warm and safe.
Why don't you go play outside? Rest, you young devils. You'll get no for Christmas. Oi, morning, Hilda.
Oh, what's all the din?
Oh, it's just kids. Hey, I just spotted Hilda.
Eh?
I think she's heading for the bus stop.
Bus stop? She had no plan. She never said.
Yeah, well, she's likely fed up of moping. Hilda being Hilda.
Hey, Stan. I reckon you're in the right place.
Oh, you shouldn't be here, Derek. You might have been followed. I mean, Rita must be out of her mind letting you come up here.
Look, we're perfectly safe. I've been very discreet.
Discreet? Oh, that's rich, that is.
no.
Don't touch me, are you mad? There could be cameras outside.
And what does it matter where Angela's spies are? It's too late now, Mavis. She has all the evidence she needs.
Evidence? What do you mean, evidence? You've not been keeping a diary, I hope.
No, I haven't. And even if I had, it could hardly damn us, could it?
Oh, well, you could have told lies, portrayed our friendship and our little outings into some steamy saga.
Oh, Scout's honour, Mavis.
Well, in that case, I don't know why you're talking about evidence.
Look, you know she had a detective on the job. You know we spent the night together.
But nothing happened.
Yes, well, short of a video, how can we prove that?
Oh, Derek, if you think I'm going to have my private life discussed in a courtroom, oh, I'd rather die.
What can I say, Mavis? Angela is immovable. Of course she feels rejected for another woman.
Well, suppose I go to see her.
Oh, I wouldn't advise that. She could be very violent. It's the golf, you know. Encourages the urge to hit things, preferably out of sight.
Well, then you must talk to her, Derek. You're her husband. You must be her husband.
How can I, with you in my life?
You must. Oh, we have to end this, Derek. It's all been a terrible mistake. Will she be at home tonight?
I suppose so.
Well, try gentleness, Derek. Try understanding.
It's no good, Mavis. I can't do it.
I know it's difficult. But what we're doing is wrong. And you have to learn to hate me.
I'm sorry. It just can't be done.
Believe me, Derek, the pain will be mutual, but we have to learn to live without each other.
No, it's not a matter of that. It's more a question of, geography.
Geography?
I'm not living with Angela. I left at the weekend. But she threatened to brain me with a niblick, so I left. I've got a bed sit in Withington now. So you see, Mavis, there's no going back.
Heck, I'm glad I met you up, Miss Hilda. I don't know how I'd have managed. I don't know why I didn't take a taxi.
Well, you know what they say, take care of the pennies.
Oh, I spent a bomb. When I clocked off this morning for my 2 hours shopping, I was a rich woman. Now I'm almost skint. Anyway, it's nice of you, love. Thanks. Hey, it's nice to see you out and about again.
Why don't you come down to our house? I'll put the kettle on.
Oh, well, I was going to get my tea and then I promised I might slip down to our Brian's.
Oh, well, of course, if it's not convenient. Oh, it's just that, well, with the house being empty like you never know what you might find.
Look, you hang on there. I'll just pop these in house. I'll take a walk down with you, all right?
I hope it's no bother.
No, not a bit.
Oh, well, here we are then, Rommel. Back home safe and sound. Oh, that you think I'm going daft, don't you?
No, of course I don't. I've been saying myself, I can tell you. By heck, somebody stalked you, Pharaoh.
Yeah, that'll be Sally. She's got a key, you know, and she pops in. Hope she wasn't worried at finding me out. Not been wasting much shoe leather these last few days. You'll stop and have a cup of tea, won't you?
No, I'll tell you what, you sit down, I'll put kettle on. Where did you keep your tea caddy?
Oh, it's on the shelf by the sink. This'll have to stop, you know. All the folk doing the fetching and carrying.
Listen, you have a rest while you can, love.
Oh, I'm perished. It's a cold place, that cemetery. Do you ever think they're better off, Ivy?
They?
Yeah, you know, them what's gone. Your Bert, my Stan.
What can I say?
I've lived round here all my life, you know. Never known much but back streets.
No, well, me neither.
But I've always felt safe. Although I knew there was a rough end, like, but... Well, since getting set on, to tell you the truth, I'm dead scared.
I'm sure it'll pass, Hilda.
I mean, them two lads, now why are they like that? We brought ours up proper. They don't even come from poor homes.
I've no answers, Hilda.
No. Well, at least you're not telling me to try and buck myself up. That's something I'm grateful for.
And we'll see together.
Tit-elation, Rita. That's what packs them in these days. Titillation, sex and violence, and all in the nude.
Oh.
If I could find a knife thrower with a big bust and a very bad aim, I'd be in Las Vegas tomorrow. Here endeth the first lesson. Now we shall have hymns. Have you got a favourite hymn?
A favourite hymn? Oh, I did have. I used to play first trumpet in Band of Hope.
You see, a pro. I mean, any clown can take their clothes off, but where's the class? Where's the time?
Never been the same since Tommy Hanley chucked it.
And that's where you got your material, promises. I shall bid you a fond farewell, my little songbird of yesteryear.
Ta-ra, love.
Who was that?
Alec Gilroy.
Oh, I didn't dare come in. He's been here a long while, hasn't he? I mean, I heard him saying something about people taking their clothes off.
Well, that's what you get for earwigging. Well, he weren't talking about you, you know. People do have other things on their minds.
Where's Jenny and Alan?
They're out bugging telephones. Where do you think they are?
Look, when Derek left, were there many people in the shop?
Packed. All fellas in long, dirty raincoats.
Look, Rita, I'm trying not to get hysterical and flippant remarks don't help.
Oh, well, smack me wrist.
The situation's right out of control. Derek has just calmly informed me that he and Angela have parted and he's having to endure life in a bedsit in Withington, along with all the students.
Oh,
and so
life can be grim.
Yeah, but don't you see what this means? It means that Angela can press on. I mean, according to Derek, she's got a file of evidence that thick. She can prove access, she can prove opportunity, and she can prove, according to Derek, intention to consort.
Consort? I thought only Queen could do that.
Consort, cohabit. I mean, what do words matter? These awful expressions are being bandied about, and I'm completely innocent. That's the total injustice of this dreadful nightmare.
Now, listen, Mavis, it's time to talk sense. Now, let's face it, you've asked for this.
Oh,
come on, it's been on the cards and you know it. All right, so Angela's dishing the dirt. So what? She can't run you out of town? All you have to do is keep well away from Derek Wilton and just sit tight. Because, I'm telling you, if you do end up in court telling the tale you're telling now, you're going to look a right fool.
I don't care. My reputation's at stake and I intend to defend it. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mavis doing the big exit?
Just a passing visit.
What's bugging her? Urgent phone calls from desperate Derek? Hey, talking of which, it's tea time in Paris. Can I ring Patrice? I'll be quick.
Go on.
Thanks.
Thanks, love.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, stranger. I thought you'd signed the pledge.
Oh, well, I had to take things a bit steady, you know, doctor's orders and all that. Can I have a light ale one of a minute?
Yeah, on the house, my pleasure.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, he is, my treasured colleague, back in the land of the living dead. Who said there were no fight left in this little tiger? She is a battler, champion who got up from floor. By the way, if that's not paid for, I'll get that.
Yeah, okay, it's taken care of.
Hey, what's all the issue if you start with that?
Oh, well, Rommel went out gallivanting and there was all blood and thunder on the telly.
Right then, we'll come round to your house for supper. How about that?
Yeah, we'll have a few bevies and then we'll wave the chippy and it's all on up.
Hey, by the way, Hilda, the sooner you are back here on the cleaning front, the better. Your skills are sadly missing.
Oh, I don't know. Believe Alex more than suited.
Now, look, you're entitled to your job back, and if there's any messing about by the management, me and Glo are right behind you. Glo?
Right.
Yes, well, I'll have to see. I don't want any bother. Any road, you'll have me signed off before I've drawn out on the sick. You'll be swinging the lead for 6 months, you. Let me have a little sky before I'm back in the firing line. Oh, Rick. What's happened to me pouring hand? If my Stan had bought this, he'd shoot me.
Come on, let's sit down.
Yeah, I reckon it's all been a bit much for you.
Hey, things are looking up, Glo. Hey, hello, Hilda. Goodbye, Amy. What do you reckon?
What do I reckon? I reckon you must be blind.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Rita, I thought you'd never get here.
I'm not late, am I? What have you got your coat on for? It's not cold in here, is
No,
it?
no, I thought as soon as you did get here, I'd go and have it out with Derek.
Have what out?
Oh, Rita, I haven't slept a wink all night. I've been lying there, suffering, thinking of the shame of it.
Oh, the divorce thing.
Oh, it's all very well and easy for you to take lightly. You're not the one that's going to be branded as a home wrecker. The other woman. Look, Rita, I'll have to go. I want to catch Derek before he leaves for work.
Oh, you know where he's living, do you, since Angela threw him out of the happy home?
Yes, he's in Withington at that bed. I've got the address.
Just a minute, before you go. What good is Derek to you? I mean, he can't turn the clock back. Hasn't got a magic wand he can wave.
I want him to go and plead with Angela. Tell him that I'm innocent, that night he stayed here all night. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. It didn't on the street.
I believe you, Mavis. But Angela's not going to believe Derek, is she? I doubt if she believes a word he says, and you can't blame her for that. And if you'd taken everything he said with a pinch of salt, you wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, Rita, I must do something. I can't just stop here doing nothing.
And another reason for not going is this. Angela might still have the detective on the job. You go visiting Derek at his bed-sitter, accent on the bed. More evidence but divorce courts.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Do you know the best thing you can do?
What?
Put kettle on.
Who is it?
Post log. I've a letter here, it's too big to push through.
Oh. Tar?
You all right, missus?
Yes, Tar. From Eddie and family. Happy Christmas. Some hopes.
Well, anyway, she came in the pub last night, didn't she? So that's a good sign. I'm just saying, Hilda came in last night for a drink.
Yes, so you've just said.
So at least she's getting out of the house a bit.
Yeah, but she still wants help, doesn't she? I mean, a nasty experience like that, you can't just shake that off. She wants help. Isn't that right, boss?
I'll tell you what I want. I want leaving in peace to have my breakfast, read my paper and pull myself together, if it's not too much to ask.
Ignore him. He's terrible first thing in the morning. He's not that much better at night. So what sort of help were you thinking about, Jacko?
Well, she wants to get back to work, doesn't she? The best therapy there is, that work.
And what do you know about work? You know less about work than you do about women. You've done less.
Oh, now, straight up. I mean, what she needs is somebody to go around there and say, now, come on, Hilda, get your clogs on. You need it back at work.
Now, you know what his game is, don't you? He just wants me to fire his mother-in-law.
Oh, now, cross my heart, boss. I've only got Hilda's welfare at heart. I mean, a job back here, what a grand Christmas present that'd be. Better than a Christmas bonus, that. Talking about Christmas bonuses, boss, I'll just...
Right, that's it, Jack. I've had quite enough. I'm going to find somewhere where I can have my breakfast in peace.
Oh, you've got it.
There we are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How's that budgie of yours going on these days?
Quiet. Oh, well, it's a bit on the quiet side, actually, but I dare say it's my fault. I haven't been in the mood for chatting to her lately, what with one thing and another.
Randy's fighting fit. He's a grand bird, you know. If you ever change your mind about mating your bird with him, just let me know.
Oh.
Yeah, give me the word.
No, I don't think I will. Thank you, Mr. Sutton.
Oh, well, you don't want to leave it too late, you know, mating. It's all right for the cock. I mean, he can carry out his functions, you know, to a decent age. But with your hen, time's a great enemy. Compliments of the season. Bye.
Hello, Mavis. Merry Christmas.
What on earth are you doing here?
I've come to take you to lunch.
Lunch, you shouldn't be here. It's most indiscreet. You might have been followed.
Followed?
If by that detective, he could be writing it all down.
Mavis, this is a public place where I have business dealings and you happen to work. In any case, Angela's got all the evidence she needs, so the damage has already been done.
Yes, and who's been damaged, Derek?
Well, I'm sure I'll be able to cope.
Oh, you are insufferable. I don't mean you, I mean me.
If that's your attitude, Mavis, I shall go to the King's Head and have the special Christmas lunch on my own. I'll come back when you're calmer.
We're going to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, come on, Deirdre, take me home and feed me. It's my only chance of hot food today.
Oh, what's that?
I'm dragging him to the town hall tonight. It's the Mayor's Christmas ball.
Yeah, and the only food we get be a cold buffet unless we nip out to the nearest chippy.
You can't go in a chippy round here dressed in a dinner jacket. They tip mushy peas on you.
Oh, I don't care. I like mushy peas.
Oh, I don't think Ken sounds too keen on this outing, Deirdre.
Oh, he'll enjoy it once he gets there. And that's an order. Now, come on.
Right, come
See
on.
you later. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hello, lad. Give us a scotch, will you? Well, I take it that Alf's running the shop.
Oh, when isn't he running the shop? Honestly, he'd have that shop open 24 hours a day if I let him. I tell you, we don't run the shop. The shop runs us.
Well, he cut the hours in these days to run across them, you tell him.
See, I'm talking to the wrong man here. Look, I've got to go give Alfie's dinner. I'll see you.
All right, darling.
Sally, look, I'll be giving Alfie's dinner at 1 o'clock, so you will be back for them, won't you?
1 o'clock, all right then.
At least Hilda's been out a couple of times, so that's something.
Has the doctor said when she might be fit for starting work again, do you know?
Yeah.
She told us she could go back to work a week ago.
That's right, she's just lost interest.
It's not like Hilda, is that? Stopping in on her own and not working. I'll get him, Vera.
Right. 2 lagers, Jack, if you've got chance, love. Hiya, lads.
Hiya.
Looking forward to Christmas, thanks, girly tops.
Well, I'm ready as I'll ever be, Mrs. Duckworth.
How much soap do you like Christmas?
Well, not much. It's just an orgy of conspicuous consumption, isn't it? I mean, it's just one great big spending spree, and half the world's got out to eat.
Well, in that case, I won't bother inviting you to my all-night pyjama party then. Hey, Bri, your mum's going mad this year, eh?
How do you mean?
Inviting a boyfriend to family Christmas dinner, eh? Must be something special. Oh, have I said something I shouldn't, did you know?
Of course I knew about it, Vera.
Oh. Here's your drink, Vera. Don't bother wasting time trying to find things out or stirring it up, because there's nothing in my life that I need to keep secret. Isn't there? Oh, what a shame. So, ignore me all. Go on through. Keep it on all the time, dear, that chain?
Yeah.
Ah, well, good habit to get into, I suppose. Who sent you this? You're Trevor?
No, Eddie Yates.
Oh, I might have known. Don't change, does it?
Here, sit yourself down.
Ah, thanks, love. I just popped round to say hello and bring you Chrissy Prezzy. Bet you can't guess what that is?
Oh, you shouldn't have bothered.
Oh, no bother, love. Do you know, it were great seeing you back in the Rovers last night, just like old times.
Yes, can I offer you a cup of tea? It's just made.
Thanks, love. Well, you all set for Christmas? Are you doing out special?
No.
Oh. I wondered if you might be going to your Trevor's or anything.
Oh, not this time, no. No, I did think of going to Trevor's, but, well, he thought I'd probably be best at home this time. After what I've been through, he's very thoughtful.
I see. Yeah, well, overrated, innit, Christmas? I've always preferred New Year myself. I'll be glad when that's here. It's a great time for making plans, fresh starts.
Yes, well, I'm a bit late for that. No point in making plans at my time of life.
By heck, Hilda. I never thought I'd hear you talking like this. I mean, granted, I know what you've been through. But they say the best way of bucking yourself up is to get busy.
Yes, well, they say a lot of things.
Damn it, Hilda. I've been told that by you, more than once and all.
Well, you can't always help how you feel. Especially when you've got good reason.
And the main reason I'm round here is to tell you that we want you back at the Rovers doing your old job.
Well, you've got somebody, haven't you?
We didn't take old Amy on permanent. She was told straight off she were only filling in.
Yes, well, don't think it matters much who does your cleaning for you. Cleaners are two a penny. If Vera Duckworth's man wants the job, let her have it. You don't really need me. The kids don't need me. Nobody does anymore, and I'll just have to get used to it. Same as I'll have to get used to feeling frightened in my own house.
Nay, Hilda. Things can't be that bad, surely.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, I used to think I'd seen me time out quite happy in this little house, and now I don't feel safe in it. But the worst thing is, I don't feel I'm any use anymore. Oh, there's no getting away from it. These days, I'm no use to a living soul.
Magazine, that's £4.32, please.
I was determined to come in today and get the bill paid. It's so easy to forget with the pre-Christmas rush. But, actually, I did want a private word with you as well.
Oh?
It's the Christmas Eve carol service. I haven't been to either of the rehearsals so far. The vicar actually cross-examined me last night as I was coming out of church. Said he'd always thought of you as a stalwart of the sopranos, so I said, yes, I'd speak to you. It's the final rehearsal tomorrow night. Do you think you might manage it?
No, I can't, Emily. In fact, I don't think I'll be able to show my face in that church ever again.
Mavis, whatever's the matter?
You might as well know, Emily. I'm to be dragged through the divorce courts. I'm going to be branded the other woman.
Oh, Mavis.
I shall be shunned, Emily. And I don't want to embarrass the vicar and tarnish the reputation of the choir. Because I don't want other people to suffer for what I have done. Though in actual fact, I haven't done it.
Who is it?
Hello, Mrs. Ogden. It's Mrs. Ashcroft. Mrs. Lowther's sister. We met at the hospital, if you remember.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, come on in.
I'm so glad I caught you in. Bob gave me... Dr. Lowther gave me your address.
Oh, there's nothing wrong, is there? With Dr. Lowther, I mean?
No, he's fine. I'm just on my way out to Hartington to see him. And he asked me if I'd call on you and invite you to come along as well.
What, you mean today? Now? Oh, I don't know as I can.
Oh, well, it was just a thought. I know he'd love you to come to tea. And, of course, I'd bring you back here this evening. But if you've got other plans, of course.
Oh, no. No, I haven't got other plans. No, I'd like to come, thank you very much. It'd be nice to see Dr. Lowther and the new house. Oh, if you just give me 10 minutes to get ready. Come on through.
When I want advice on my Christmas arrangements, I'll ask for it.
Hang on a minute.
Hey, what's going on?
Now, there's no call for you turning all nasty. I merely said I noticed you got the grandchildren for Christmas Day again.
I know. And it's the again I object to. You had them for Christmas Day last year, didn't you?
Oh, that were different. Come on. For one thing, Brian and Gail weren't together last Christmas, and well, you know
Look,
it.
ladies, do we have to go?
Look, I am tired of people trying to make out that I'm kidnapping those grandchildren or something. I just asked Brian and Gail if they wanted to come to me for Christmas Day. They said yes. What's wrong with that?
Nobody's saying there's anything wrong with
What's wrong with it is that they don't like saying no, because then you'll go all awkward.
Me? Yeah. Awkward? That's a good one coming from you. I can't pick and choose when I want to entertain me. I've only got a few days off. I have to work for a living.
Well, what do you think I am, a polls winner? The temper of that woman. I don't know how Gail puts up with it, I don't really. I have bent over backwards to be pleasant to her in the past. In the future, I shan't bother.
Peace on earth, goodwill to all men.
I told you I was coming back, Mavis, and I failed to see what is wrong with me walking into this shop.
Because my flat is over the shop, and you do not know who might be spying and noting it down.
Mavis.
Look, Derek, it might surprise you to know, but I happen to value my good name.
Well, of course, your good name is very important. So is mine. Shakespeare put it rather well, I think. Othello it was. Who steals my wife steals trash. But he who thieveth my good name...
Not wife, Derek.
Pardon?
Not who steals my wife. It's wealth, I think.
Oh, wealth.
Anyway, that's not the point.
No, the point is that both you and I have already lost our good names. You've already been marked down as my... Well,
go on. Say it.
All right, then. My mistress, Mavis. Yeah, I know. But whatever we do now can make no difference. By trying to keep me, as it were, at arm's length, you are merely locking the stable door after the horse has flown.
It's so unfair.
Well, it's unfair on me too, Mavis. I'm going to be castigated as an errant husband. And I haven't even had the pleasure for which I shall be pilloried.
Well, surely there must be something we can do.
Yes, there is, Mavis. It took me a while to see it, but anyway, that's why I've come here. Mavis, they call us illicit lovers. Very well. So be it.
What do you mean, so be it?
Why don't you come to my place tonight, Mavis?
You're a bed-sitter? What for?
I think you know what for.
Derek, are you suggesting that we...
In the eyes of the world, we already have. So we've nothing to lose.
Oh, yes, we have, Derek. Well, I most certainly have my self-respect.
But...
Terrible crush in that precinct, but I don't know how it... Oh, hello, Derek.
Rita?
Derek's just leaving.
I am?
Yes, I think you should, Derek.
Think over what I've said, Mavis. You know it makes sense.
Mark, what makes sense? Do you know what he wanted, Rita? He wanted me to give myself to him.
Did he, Bayek? Well, he's shaping himself at last.
Oh, Rita!
Well, if you change from your moaning and groaning and sitting wringing your hands.
Yes, well, there won't be any more of that, I can assure you. I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and have a frank talk with Derek's wife.
That's it. Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? I've always liked the country, you know. My Stan, my late husband, he wasn't too keen, though. Well, he reckoned it were unhealthy. He always thought it'd be damp, because you always saw people wearing wellies a lot.
That's Bob's house. That one on the left, just above the river.
Oh. Oh, it's bigger than what I pictured it.
I'm afraid it's going to be a bit of a mess inside. He's not the world's tidiest man.
Well, I know. I mean, after me clearing up for them when they lived in Bolton Road, him and Mrs. Lowther.
Joan always used to say that he could turn a room into a mess just by putting his head round the door. Well, I'm ready for some tea now, and I'm sure you are, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Chloe, what do you think of my new app?
What new app?
This one.
You're not getting me under that.
Oh, come on, Con, it's Christmas. You've got to submit by law, you know.
Get out.
Come on, come on.
What is it you're playing?
Oh, hello, Vera. Just having a little bit of fun. Yuletide spirit and all that.
Disgusting. He's like an animal.
You are the only animal he favours. There's a cat that's been seen. Still, if it's mistletoe you want, I'll hang some over at bed, right?
Deadly nightshade. That's what you want for him.
Here we go, then.
You know, I'm really looking forward to Christmas Day with the Ivy. I can't wait to shut that cafe, sit back and let someone else do the cooking.
Well, we're not for short, love, I'll tell you that. I might see Kate tonight.
Oh, well, meeting that new fella of yours, that boyfriend. That's going to be the icing on the cake for me.
He's not a boyfriend, girl. He's just a friend.
He must be somebody special if you've invited him round to meet the family. What's he like?
He's very nice. Well, you see for yourself on Christmas Day, won't you, Wayne? Oh, my goodness me, look at this.
Are you the new waiter? Well, get some spittoons in that snug and stop them fighting it, ladies.
I just hope this monkey suit's easier to get out of than it was to get into.
You can get out of it any time for me, Ken, but Deirdre might not be best pleased. Is that your new frog, love? It's smashing.
Oh, thank you. It's paid for out of the rates, of course.
Of course. Right, well, could we have a drink, please, Beth, while we wait for our taxi?
Gloria, drinks on the house for Ken and Deirdre. We've got to keep on the right side of our local councillor. What would you like? What's up with you? Where's your crispy quick cut?
I haven't got the heart of it. Not with Vera and the mother watching him moo and make. You just don't understand me, you see.
That's where you're wrong, Jacko. Your trouble is, your wife does understand you, and the mother and all.
When's Hilda coming back?
She's not.
What?
I asked her today and she turned me down, so Amy's a fixture. Merry Christmas, lad. All you wish yourself.
So where were you this afternoon? I called round twice, there was nobody in. Mr. Roberts said he saw you going off in a motor car.
Oh, aye. They're missing out round here. Well, you never guess where I've been, so I better tell you. I've been out to Hartington visiting Dr. Lowther.
Oh, you've never.
I have.
Oh.
I've been to Tiety's cottage. Well, I say cottage. That's what they call it. It's quite a big house, really. Mrs. Lowther's sister came for me, drove me out there and brought me back again. Oh, ever such a nice woman.
Hey, is it nice, his new house?
Oh, it's lovely. Oh. Of course, it wants a lot of sorting out. Wants all the carpets cleaning, for one thing. And talk about mess. Well, you know what fellas are like on their own.
Well, he ought to get somebody in to do a bit of cleaning for him.
Yes, well, he has been trying. He's seen 2 or 3 women, but he's not been suited. He's very particular, Dr. Lowther, you know. And then again, he's always been used to me doing for him, you see. Oh, I'll have to tell you, I can't keep it to myself.
What have you been up to?
Well, we had us tea, currant scones and some Battenberg, shop bought, but very nice. Then he asked me.
What? What did he ask you?
If I'd look after the house for him.
Oh. Well, you couldn't anyway, because it's miles away. How would you get there?
Oh, not travelling, no. Oh, no, you couldn't do it. It's a good 40 miles from here. No, living in, he means.
Oh, he's asked you to live with him?
Oh, no. No, not like that, not the way you mean. He's a gentleman. No, he wants me to be his housekeeper. And before you start, there's a very nice little self-contained flat over the garage, got its own bathroom and everything. Oh, yes. That was the first thing Dr. Lowther said. You'll have your own privacy, Mrs. Ogden. Them were his very words.
Oh, well, it's very nice to be asked, eh? I bet you were quite tempted, weren't you?
Yes, I was. So I said, thank you very much, I'd do it.
You didn't? You're kidding me, aren't you?
And my heckers like, why should I be kidding you?
Well, I can't imagine you somehow in country with all them fields and cows and miles of nothing.
Oh, no, it's quite a big village. Quite a few shops and 1 or 2 nice-looking pubs and all.
Well, it's been your life round here, all your memories.
Oh, yes, well, I'll be taking the good memories with me, won't I? My Stan, kids when they were little. But there'll be other memories I'll be glad to leave behind.
Are you sure, Mrs. O? Are you really sure?
I'm sure of one thing, Chuck, and it's why I said yes to Dr. Lowther. You see, he's worked hard all his life and he's never been used to fending for himself. So he needs somebody, and I'm the only one he can think of. I'm used to his ways, you see.
Hey, we're going to miss you, you know, me and Kev.
Oh, you'll have to come and visit me.
Well, I hope you're going to be very happy.
I'm going to be useful, Chuck.
And between you and me, I think that's the same thing as being happy. Oh, look, that Lynch brought me this for my Christmas box. I didn't feel like opening it before, but I do now.
Aren't you going to feel lost away from Coronation Street?
I don't think so, no. Well, if I do, I'll just have to come back again, won't I? No, I think I shall be very well suited. You see, if I can be a bit of use to somebody, that's what I like.
Well, happy Christmas then.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, darling.
Merry Christmas. What's with all the activity? Dear God, it's relentless, isn't it? Christmas in the pub trade. Dispensing booze in the fond hope that it'll promote goodwill. But for how long? Just till the inevitable hangover, and then it's back to the sex and the violence.
Alec, love.
What?
Shut up.
What?
Go and have your bran flakes and your glass of lightly aired water and report back to me.
What for?
Because you're going to be busy helping me tidy this joint up.
Well, what's up with Amy, the geriatric char?
Probably still paralytic like she was last night, but not to worry, Glow promised she'll come in soon.
Oh. You don't need me then, do you? I think I'll go back to bed and wait for Father Christmas. That pillowcase I hung up is looking decidedly hangdog.
Your presents under the Christmas tree.
Is it something expensive?
More useful, I'd say.
I like the present I got for you.
If it's a pair of support tights, I'll kill you.
They are gift wrapped.
Scram.
Oh, by the way, I just had a thought. I think we'll put the prices up today. Well, I mean, it's the perfect opportunity, isn't it? I mean, mob of captive punters at Hilda's farewell party. I mean, they could hardly walk out in protest and leave Hilda doing the village with a long mop, can they?
Gilroy, only you could think of pulling a stroke like that. Putting the prices up on Christmas Day. Do you know, I bet you'd even try and sell tickets on a lifeboat.
Just for the one way.
Scram! And try being Father Christmas yourself.
Father Christmas. It's just a front man for the toy trade.
I heard that.
Well, be the last Christmas I'll have in this house.
Yep.
I've had some happy ones here, and some of the other sort as well.
Rose used to be rouse at Christmas at our house.
Yeah, well, it's a good time for your haves, not so good for your have-nots. So when you get a skipping rope for Christmas, and the other kids in the street get new dolls, well, you begin to realise life could just be a bit of a disappointment.
Well, from now on, your life is going to be all bright and beautiful.
Yeah, well, it is a lovely cottage.
Hey, it's bound to be if Dr. Lowther's retiring to it.
Yeah. Bit different to this place.
Oh, aye. Designer mod cons. Oh, a view that you could paint. Paradise.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Hello?
Who's that? Oh, I'll get it.
Anybody home?
Right,
What do you want?
Well, I've come to wish Mr. Ogden a Merry Christmas, if it's all right with you.
Yes, just don't go mentioning the party at the room.
I have no intentions... Merry Christmas, Mr. Ogden.
Oh, same to you, Percy. Many of them. Would you like a drink, a glass of sherry or small port?
Oh, it should be very nice. Yeah. Very nice indeed. Where's your husband this morning?
Oh, he's sleeping last night off.
Yeah, like 90% of the fellas will be doing, I bet. It's women what keep Christmas going. Always have done.
Yeah, and most other things.
Oh, you can say that again. There you are, love. Oh, good health, Percy.
Good health to you.
Cheers.
That's smashing. Well, you don't seem to have done much packing as yet, and you're off tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I've packed most of what I'm taking with me, you know, mainly personal possessions, like. There's not a lot, never has been.
Well, there's one thing you'd be glad to be leaving behind. That lot on wall there, eh? Oh,
Mr. Sugden, what have you said?
Percy, for your information, the one condition I made when I agreed to go housekeeping for Dr. Lowther was that there'd be room for me ducks.
Oh.
I've come in here more times than I care to remember. Cold, wet, tired out, not a penny in me purse. And the sight of them ducks and that Muriel, well, they've kept my hand away from the gas tap, and that's a fact.
Well, they are very, colourful.
They're beautiful, Percy. Just wish that middle one had bucked itself up a bit.
Been till now. I thought you'd been pawning me Christmas present.
Does it look like it? There you are.
Thank you.
No, I called to Emily and she would have me have a drink. And then I had to stay and admire the scarf that Norman had given her. Actually, I thought it was a bit too gaudy, you know, for her, a bit exotic.
Are you not drunk already, are you?
No, of course I'm not.
Oh, well, a word of warning before you go in. Only Jenny's miserable because, well, it's understandable, Patrick's not here, and Alan's not one of your natural Yuletide revellers.
Well, don't worry. I'll soon cheer them up. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Oh, Alan, the Christmas tree looks nice. Very Christmassy.
Well, it's supposed to look Christmassy. It's a Christmas tree. Right. Is there anything else you want me to do that's not going to cost me money?
Well, can you make stuffing?
Stuffing, no.
Well, white sauce?
You know I can't.
Tell you what, why don't you go to the pub while we make the dinner, then you'll be out of the way.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Right, well, I'll see you then.
2 o'clock on the dot.
Right.
See what you mean. But we won't be making the Christmas dinner just yet, anyway. What we'll do, we'll open the prezzies and then we'll have half a bottle of champagne I've got us.
Oh, yes, please.
How long are you putting this pudding on for?
About an hour and a half, love. I should be getting done, shouldn't
It's all
I?
right, I'll do it. You've done enough.
Oh, thanks.
Hello.
Oh.
She only dropped off a couple of times, unlike Barry Sheen here.
Oh.
He loves his new bike. Don't you, Nicky? Eh? You love your new bike?
Yeah.
I knew he would. Who cares what it costs?
Alf.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, have you got the table set already? You are getting on. Well, obviously there is nothing you want me to do. So I shall get from under your feet. I shall go and join the gentlemen in the Rovers. I'll see you in a bit. That table looks absolutely beautiful, Ivy. It's a credit to you. Ta-ra!
Was that me, Mum?
Yes, just a fleeting visit. I had got her down for vegetables, but she's gone to Rovers instead.
Well, you can always take the potatoes round to the Rovers and drop them in at the lap.
Don't you tempt me. She does the washing up, I'll tell you. Hey. Oh.
Take her upstairs. Hey, babe. You have a nice day.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh.
For you.
Oh. Thank you.
There's a good smell coming from in there.
Can you stop for a drink or anything?
No, I can't. I'm on a job. Fellow can't remember where he lives.
Oh, well, perhaps a bit later.
No, well, I'm on all day, like I told you, but, well, perhaps my radio could go on blink for an hour this afternoon.
Make it 2:30, I'll save you some plum pudding.
You're on.
Right, so.
Oh.
She bought you?
Oh, dear. Oh, goodness me, he's wrapped it up well. Gosh, what is this, Gail? Oh, dear.
That's lovely.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
He has done you proud.
Everything's in hand. I'm cooking the turkey this aft, and I'm making the individual trifles, and Gloria's in charge of sausages on sticks.
Right, what do I owe you then?
Well, I won't know until I see how much booze gets sucked. Anyway, we can settle up later. Oh, Mike, I hope it's a good do. We've been after living in the same street for, what, 20-odd years? It's like a face suddenly losing its punk.
Very apt in Hilda's case.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, everyone's promised to be here, haven't they?
Well, yeah. But you know what it's like on Christmas night? Everybody wishing they hadn't had that last mince pie, jammed in their armchairs, stupefied.
Alex, we need some pound coins. Jamie,
What?
I said we need some pound coins.
What are them two memoing about again?
They're just going over the arrangements for the party.
Arrangements? They've organised a flaming coronation the time they spent on that party.
It'll be worth it. Now, you're going to get me these pound coins or not?
Here's Hilda. Hello, Hilda.
Hello, Rob.
What did you get in your stocking then, Hilda?
Well, the usual, you know, apple and orange and a bag of
Oh,
muffins.
he did better than me anyway.
Oh, Joanne, I don't believe that.
Right.
What's she doing in here? I were hoping she won't come in this dinner. Walls have tongues as well as ears. And a merry Yuletide to you, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, well, it is so far, definitely. Merry Christmas.
You're not on a pub crawl, are you? I mean, saying tra to all your drinking pals. I reckon it'd take you at least a week, love.
No, I just want to drop a rum for me white sauce. Would you put us a tot in there?
Of course I could.
Merry Christmas, Hilda.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
And a very happy New Year.
Well, I hope so.
Tell you what, I wish I was coming with you. Retiring to a country cottage.
Well, I won't be exactly retiring. I'll have Dr. Lauber to see to.
Hey, do you know what my new address is?
Tell me.
The Loop, Blackberry Lane, Artington, Derbyshire.
Hey, oh, you're joining the upper classes and no mistake.
Oh, not before time.
Yes, love.
There you are,
Thank you very much. How much is that?
Oh, don't be so daft. Put your money away. Now, you'll be coming in tonight, will you, love, for a farewell drink?
Oh, well, I don't. I think I'd rather just fade away like I don't like a fuss.
I'll be very hurt if you don't.
Oh, well, I'll see. Depends what I can get out of my chair. We're having a right good slap-up tuck-in, me and Sally and Kevin.
You know, if she's not coming in, we could always use the club for a buffer, you know, say £2 a head.
You would too, wouldn't you?
Oh, why not? I don't think a cover charge would come amiss either for paper hats and balloons and things.
Scrooge.
So what do you like about him? Worth a bob or two.
Hey, you were serious, were you? The pair of you. You know about wanting to buy me house.
Oh, yeah, dead serious. It suits us down to the ground.
Well, no, it's not much to look at, but it has been a real home, this. I know me and Stan had our ups and downs, but... Well, it's the good times you remember, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Well, I hope you'll both be very happy here. Can't think of anybody I'd rather sell it to.
Thanks, Mrs. Ogden.
Well, I suppose we'd better get everything put in hand, haven't we?
Yeah, that's right. And the sooner the better. But we can't do anything about it today.
No.
So, let's get on with what we can do.
Like what?
Have another chocolate.
Oh, go on then, I'll have that orange cream. That was Stan's chair, you know. Well, where he used to sit, like. Oh, the times I've sat here watching him sleeping. Not to mention snoring. Eddie Yates used to reckon he could hear Stan snoring the minute he turned the Rover's corner.
You can him.
I suppose that's something that'll happen when I move to that cottage. Oh, my pictures will go, won't they? You know, the pictures in my mind, like. Stan sitting there sleeping or doing his pools and saying what we'd do if we won a fortune. Some hopes.
All you have to do is close your eyes. And all your pictures, well, they'll still be there, won't they?
I hope so. I don't want to forget Stan. He was me real life. This cottage and Dr. Lowther, well, it's just a bit of make-believe. Think I'll have another one.
Why not? I'm going to have the same memories as you, Mrs. O.
Yeah, nothing changes, Joe.
No, but there are hysterical...
Do you mean historical?
Yes, that's what I said. Historical parallels to the situation that Derek and me find ourselves in.
Well, what historical? So you got me at it now. What historical parallels?
How can Edward and Mrs. Simpson, for one?
You mean the Duke and Duchess of Windsor?
What about the Duke and Duchess of Windsor?
Oh, nothing. You come back to sleep, love. Nothing. Oh, go on. Now, where's the similarity between you and Derek and King Edward and Mrs. Simpson?
She's tight.
No, I'm not tight. It's as plain as a pipe
Staff.
The whole world was against them, just as it's against Derek and me.
Give over. You could have married him, you chicken out.
Hey, he did as well, you know. But I don't know why you both met in a poultry farm.
Oh, well, that was a mutual... It was a mistake. I mean, Derek and me were made for each other, real... Oh, I feel dizzy.
Mavis, why don't you go lie down for an hour?
Oh, no, I don't want to cry into your pillow. Nobody wants a tear-stained pillow at Christmas.
Just look at my dad's face.
Well, all right,
No,
good
that was
Christmas
well.
dinner, that was.
Hey, yeah, 3 chairs for the head chef. Hip, hip.
Oh, don't be daft. Anyway, thanks, everybody.
Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do, Nicky. I'll spin you for who washes up.
Okay, then.
Right. Heads you lose, tails I win. Ah, heads. Oh, you lose.
That's not fair.
You should have said heads or tails.
Ah, you see, he's not daft, are you, Soldier?
No, hang on. Audrey's doing the washing up, aren't you, Audrey?
Well, I was I did. But Alf and Brian have just volunteered, haven't you, lad? We can watch the Queen.
I've not volunteered.
Ah, come on, Nicky. Do your washing up on Christmas Day, you get good conduct marks till next spring.
She's too cute for you, Ivy.
We'll say that again.
It's time I was re-establishing contact with HQ,
Yes,
Ivy.
love, else you'll be getting sacked, won't you?
Thanks again for a nice meal.
Hey, thanks for the watch. It's beautiful, not to say expensive.
I had a good run at cards, didn't I?
Thank you.
Ciao, everybody. See you, Nicky.
See you today, love.
Gambling money. Do you know, I wondered how a taxi driver could afford a watch like that. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do.
Ivy certainly does.
Yeah.
Kiss him goodbye to Jarby.
Hey? Oh, there's no point. I'm seeing him again tonight.
She's not going to turn up. Old Dr. Lather will be feeling a bit fruity after his porter sent an ambulance for her.
Another crack like that, you'll be needing an ambulance. She'll be here. Kevin and Sally won't let us down.
I don't understand what all the fuss is about. I mean, who is she? What is she? An incompetent char, a dedicated nosy Parker with steel rods sticking out of her head. Describe her to a foreigner, they think you were talking about a witch doctor.
We think a lot about her. We're like that round here.
Oh, see now, I told you there'd be nobody in. Pubs are always empty Christmas night. Even Stan used to give up a ghost Christmas night.
Yeah, well, it's early yet, isn't it?
Hilda, what you having?
Oh, well, nothing alcoholic. I've got a bit of a heartburn.
Oh, I don't care if your heart's in flames. You'll have a glass of champagne and it's on the house. And it's freebies for you two and all. Stop right where you are.
Well now, Hilda. Shaking the dust from your clogs.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Will you be doing cream teas at this little cottage of yours? I mean, in the summer, of course.
Cream teas?
Yeah, well, it's just that I know this bloke with the coach firm, you see, and I could bring Charabanc round. I'd be satisfied with a small commission on the profits.
Alec.
Well, thank you, my sweet.
There you are, folks. Fill your boots.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers, Hilda.
Cheers.
It's party time, Hilda.
And you're the guest of honour.
Go to our house. So that's why you practically pushed me down the street, Sally Webster.
You didn't honestly think we'd let you go away without giving you a thrash, did you, Hilda? No chance. Cheers, Hilda. Cheers, Hilda.
Right, I'm off to the Rovers. I'm off to the Rovers. You sure you don't want to come with me?
No thanks, not my scene.
I don't think it's my scene either. If it was just another Christmas booze-up, I think I'd rather go to bed. Not feeling all that well. Sit down now.
Yeah, see
Oh,
you.
yeah. Go on in. She'll be glad to see you. Oh, yeah. All right.
Hiya. Hiya. Hey, Gary.
Hello.
So, this is where you've been hiding. Who says I've been hiding? Well, we've not seen anything of you over Christmas. I thought perhaps you were still in mourning because Patrice hadn't come. I've just had a quiet Christmas, if that's all right with you. You've missed some great parties, haven't you, Gary?
Yeah, you have.
I couldn't care less. As a matter of fact, we're going to one now at Debbie Slinger's. Really?
You don't fancy coming, do you?
Are you asking me, Gary?
Yeah.
All right, then, I'll come. Help yourself to anything that grabs you. I'll just go and get changed. What did you go and do that for?
What?
Ask her to come with us.
Well, she looked fed up.
We're going to miss you, Hilda.
Oh, the place won't be the same without you.
Well, do you know, I always thought the only way I'd ever leave that house would be feet first, like Stan.
I think that might very well be true in my case, Hilda.
Hey, do you mind? I've got our sign set on a cottage in the country.
Hasn't everybody? Do you know, Stan's idea of heaven was hiding out deck chairs and paint, sitting in one himself.
Come on, Hilda, let's be having you. We want your body. No, never mind. Follow me. In a bit.
Well, we'll have to get to this here in a place. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to interrupt your boozing and your guzzling. This won't take long. Now then, as you all know, our Hilda's leaving us tomorrow for pastures new.
Hey, Hilda, do you fancy taking the toy boy with you?
You wouldn't last 2 minutes in country, Jacko. You couldn't stand that clean living. Now, as I was saying, Hilda's leaving us tomorrow. So we thought that we'd help her... Sorry. Send her on her way with a couple of prezzies, which Mike Baldwin will now present. Michael?
Well, I never thought the day'd come I'd keep anything stum from Hilda Ogden. Didn't know we having these knees up for you, did you?
No, I must be slipping.
I never thought see Mr. Baldwin give anybody hope for now.
Then you got me wrong, Vera. Hilda, what can I say? It's been a pleasure knowing you. And from all of us, good luck and God bless. Come on, open them up, Hilda. Look at that. Oh, you won't be late now, will you? This is a real good...
Hey, you look a right Bobby Dazzler in there.
No, I don't know what to say. I mean, I never expected any of this. Well, I thought a lot of you'd be glad to see the back of me. No, but thinking it over, I should have known better because, well, you've all been good friends and good neighbours and, well, what more could anybody ask, especially these days? Look, I know I'll be moving to a posh house and that, but, well, I'll be leaving my heart behind in this street. I will, honest. Thank you all very much.
Now you can all get back to doing what you doing best. Enjoy yourself.
Hey, hasn't everybody been good? Especially better, Mr. Baldwin. They seem to have organised it all.
Yeah, I suppose they have. I don't know why it should have been them two. I mean, they're not exactly bosom pals, are they?
Oh, they are. She lived with him at number 3, you know, for quite some time.
Hey, Hilda, give us one last song.
What you gonna sing then, Hilda? What are you singing?
That's the one.
Here I go, cheerio.
As you wave me goodbye, with a cheer, not a tear in your game. Give me a smile like a thief all the while in my heart while I'm away. Till we love once again, you and I. Wish we always remember goodbye.
Well, that's your decision, love. Of course it is. Only you'll have a lot to do to it, you know.
Yeah, well, we're going to do it all ourselves.
Oh, aye, decorating you can. But when it comes to rewiring and putting central heating in, you can't do jobs like that yourself. And you'll find that them as don't come cheap, neither. All right, Michael?
Yeah, not so bad. How'd yourself?
I'm just telling this young lady about the joys of owning older property and what it costs. Her and Obie are thinking of buying Hilda's place.
Oh, really? How much?
Well, she didn't really want me to say, you know, she didn't want it generally known.
13,000? 14.
Well, let's just say that it's a lot less than most properties are going for around here.
Oh, well, sounds like you got yourself a bargain.
Yeah, not if you've all to do, though. Look, the rewiring and plumbing will be first in that house the first year. Because let's be honest about it, Hilda's never spent a penny on the place, has she?
Well, it sounds just a job to me, what everyone's trying to get their hands on. You've got the basic property, needs a bit of investment, a bit of hard work. I reckon within 6 months, you put 50% on it.
Do you think so?
I didn't give you a Christmas present, did I?
No.
Well, here's a bit of advice free. The reason he's trying to put you off is because he wants you living upstairs here. It's like having free security.
I'm nothing of the sort.
I tell you, you leave here, his insurance premiums are double.
Of all the flipping cheap. Don't listen to that clever devil.
I'm just offering advice for your own good, that's all.
Yeah, I know, and I really appreciate it.
Insurance premiums. What does he know about my insurance premiums? Anyway, you go ahead and buy it, love. You lumber yourself all you like. And the best of luck to you.
You know, I used to wonder how folk like the Duckworths stuck it, always rowing. I used to think there can't be out worse than being married and always rowing, but there is, isn't there?
Pardon?
The big freeze. The saying now, but making sure that the other person knows what you're thinking approach.
That's worse, is it?
It is when they're as good at it as you are. Oh, by the way, I meant to ask, how is that bed in the spare room?
Adequate.
Good. Because I'd hate to think you're having bad nights. God knows the days are bad enough.
No, I had quite a good night, actually.
Well, I didn't. Oh, come on now, lady.
I'm sorry?
What am I being accused of? Tell me, spell it out. I think I've got a right to know, don't you? Seeing as I've already been found guilty and sentenced to solitary confinement.
I wasn't aware that I'd accused you of anything.
You think I'm having an affair with Mike Baldwin, don't you? That's what you think, that I'm having an affair with him.
Yes, Gloria.
Nothing. Excuse me.
I think we should try and keep this between the two of us, don't you?
Do you think I'm having an affair with Mike?
I think there's something very wrong when I learn in casual conversation that you and one of our regular customers used to be lovers.
From Hilda?
Hilda, whoever, you're missing the point. The point is I wasn't told it by you, was I?
It was a long time ago. It doesn't matter.
It matters when he comes in this pub every night. It matters when you two have been holding secret assignations for the past week.
Planning that do for Hilda, as you damn well know.
Oh, I know, do I?
Yes.
Yes, well, I just wonder how much I really do know. And what new surprises I've got in store.
You what?
Oh, come on, Bet, put yourself in my shoes. I'm now to look at every beer-swilling yob that comes in this place and think how much more does he know about my wife than I do.
Thanks very much, love.
OK,
Ta-ra.
thanks. Ta-ra.
This is it. Look, Wilton-E, Didsbury. That must be her, because there isn't another Wilton-E, not in Didsbury.
Is this Derek's sister you're going on about?
Yes. Yes, he always used to spend Christmases with her before he...
Before he got married?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you give her a ring if it'll make you feel any happier?
Well, his card said he'd be in contact after Christmas. Just, we'll be in contact after Christmas. Well, this is after Christmas, and he hasn't been.
Surprise, surprise.
The only thing is, if I ring her, what will I say to her?
Yeah, I don't know. Hello, Ivy. What do you mean, what will you say to her?
Oh, don't matter. I'll think of something. Excuse me.
Yeah, of course, I've just come to pay my papers.
I wish everybody were like you, Ivy. You know, I think some of our customers think we're providing a public service delivering papers. Anyway, did you have a nice Christmas?
Oh, yes, very nice. Quite a full house for a change.
Oh, Brian and Gail and the kiddies?
Yes, and Alf and Audrey.
Oh. Well, that's £3.50 up to last weekend, love.
Right, love.
Thank
Oh,
you.
and Don called round, you know, for a bit of Christmas dinner.
Don? Is that the chap that drives that taxi that's always parked outside your front door?
Oh, you've noticed that, have you?
Well, somebody's got to keep them lace curtains twitching.
So, how was your Christmas?
Oh, cross between Romeo and Juliet and Mills and Boone. 3.50, 4, 5. No, Jenny's French fiancé didn't materialise, so she was heartbroken 1 minute, and then saying she couldn't care less the next, and then sitting with a faraway look in her eyes. One thing it did remind me, not a lot of laughs in being young and in love.
No.
Or being in love at any age, come to that.
No. Let me see.
Ta-ra, love.
Well, he's not there, Rita. She's no idea where he is.
Oh, why don't you phone that flat or bedsit or wherever he's moved into?
I don't know the number. I don't even know if he's on the phone. Oh, just imagine, Rita, if he's been on his own all over Christmas. I mean, what sort of state's he going to be in?
Well, he'll be sick of turkey. I mean, it's bad enough when there's 3 of you, but him on his own eating a turkey all the time.
Rita, this is serious. That man is facing divorce, the loss of his job, the loss of everything.
Look, he knows where you are. He said he'd be in touch.
But supposing something awful's happened, or supposing he's so depressed that he can't bear to leave the flat and face the world again.
Hey, if you feel that bad about it, wait till this afternoon, borrow my car and go and see what you can find out.
And, what's the paintwork on the way out, lads?
Hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I thought slavery had been abolished.
Look round here, no? That's down south, is that? Y'all come back now.
Dear. Right, I tell you what, this party better be good.
It has, yeah. Hey, what party?
Put it down.
Hey? I thought you were planning a rave up in here tonight.
Yeah, which is why we're killing ourselves shifting all this furniture for you.
Yeah, well, it's not a party as such, is it? I mean, I don't want the place turning into a shambles. It's just you two and a few mates coming for a drink, that's all.
Good thing I never invited Madonna, innit, eh?
Good job I didn't invite anybody. Here we go. Oh, steady. Sit.
What are you doing?
What we agree with Mrs. O. You know, taking the furniture to the sales room until you get some proceeds.
Yeah, but not before tonight, Kev. What about the party?
It's not a party, it's just a few friends coming for a drink, that's all.
Yeah, but they won't have out to sit on.
Good. And they won't be able to wreck it, will they?
Oh, hang on. Jenny!
Come on, lads. Say about the oldest one, you know.
Hey, which is more than we are.
Hey, listen, we're having a party at number 13 tonight. Do you fancy coming?
I don't know. I'm not really into parties right now.
Did our Brian say anything about Don coming round for Christmas dinner?
I only that he seemed a nice sort of fella. Easy to get on with.
He didn't seem as if he was hiding his feelings, did he? You know what our Brian were like at one time, if he even so much looked at a fella.
Brian's not very good at hiding his feelings either. Not from me, anyway.
Oh, I just wondered. Not that there is anything going off, you know.
Oh, no.
There's no point you smiling either, lady, there isn't.
No, sure there isn't.
Are you planning on stopping there all day?
I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, so you don't mind sharing a bar with me then?
I don't mind sharing with you, full stop, if I could be sure I was the only one doing it.
Well, I'm going to go and serve this gentleman. Would you care to come and vet the conversation?
No, I wouldn't.
Hi. Usual, please, darling.
Don't tell me you're working.
Why not you are? Anyway, it's best working when it's empty. You get a bit of peace and tranquility.
I could do with some of that.
Oh, you.
I'm at a guest, shopping again. You know, she's only little, but she's got some terrible habits.
My daughter-in-law called round and asked me if I'd like to come for a quiet drink, which I thought was very nice of her.
Oh, so it's you putting her up to it, is it? You know, you're a fast lot, you two. Liz. I can see I'm going to have to be careful.
Would you want to sit down? Don't you risk it?
No, I'm supposed to be working. I just dropped a fare 2 streets away. Listen, are we all right for tonight if I put my glad rags on?
Well, I hadn't thought, really.
Well, think, yes. I'll be round at 7:30.
Oh, go on, then.
Right, terrific. Nice to see you again, Gail. Sorry I've got a rush. Point that right way home, will you?
I don't need pointing up. It's your case.
Look, I've told you what Brian thinks about him. Don't you know what I think?
What?
I think he's a smashing fella. I think he's very fond of you and all.
Does seem to keep coming back, doesn't he?
488, please. Oh, Tom. Hey, do you want to come to a party? When? Tonight, at the house next door. Oh, and bring a bottle with you and all. Oh, Curly's coming, but don't let that put you off, because there's going to be plenty of other folk there and all.
What about?
I'm just telling Shirley about the party we're going to have tonight at the house. It's going to be great, isn't it? You should come along, shouldn't you?
Yeah, she wants. Oh, that reminds me, I've come in for a bottle.
Oh, we could join that and go together. Unless you're going with somebody already.
No, I was going on my own.
But now you can go with Shirley.
Yeah, she wants.
Put like that, how can I say no?
Hey, look, have I got this right? You're planning to have a party in Mrs. Ogden's house?
Yeah, well, I don't see why not. It's not Mrs. Ogden's house anymore.
Oh, no. I think if you talk to a solicitor, you might get a different story.
Well, it's not gone through yet, but it...
Well, it's not your house. Look, how can you have a party or anything else in somebody else's house?
Well, Mrs. Ogden said we should regard that house as our own.
Oh, and give parties there?
Well, I don't see why not.
Because it's not your house, love. Look, it's not to do with me. Don't take any notice of me. But having a noisy, drunken party in somebody else's house, I wouldn't like all that responsibility. Not for all the tea in China.
Yes.
Oh, I've been believe you've got a Mr. Wilton and a Mr. Derek Wilton staying here.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, could I see him, please?
No, he's not in at the moment.
Oh, do you know when he'll be back?
I've really no idea. As I tell all my guests, their private lives are no concern of mine. They're free to come and go as they please without let or hindrance.
Yes, yes, of course.
Though I happen to notice he's been gone for some days, has Mr. Wilton. Since before Christmas.
What? Do you mean he hasn't been back at all?
His bed certainly hasn't been slept in, you can tell. Not in any kind of trouble, is he?
Oh, no, I'm sure he isn't.
I'd assumed he'd gone to his family. That's if he has any.
Do you think you could give me a number where I could phone maybe tomorrow or the day after to see if he's come back?
Yes, I think I could oblige you there. It's my own personal number.
Yeah.
I'm nearly always in.
Right, thanks.
If I should see him, who shall I say has been inquiring?
Oh, Miss Riley.
Was it to do with anything in particular?
No, it was just,
Personal.
personal, yes. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We were just passing, so we thought we'd come and see what you're doing.
Nothing much.
No, well, we haven't been doing much either. We've been for a walk on. It's that flipping cold. Sit down. Are you going to this party tonight?
What party?
The one at Sally What's-her-name's, you know, next door to Corner Shop.
No, I don't know. I shouldn't think so.
Me and Gary's going, aren't we?
Looks like it. We could call for you if you want. I mean, if you don't fancy going by yourself.
She only has to go 3 doors.
It's all right, thanks. Does anybody want a cup of tea? I would expect to make one for myself.
No, we can't stop.
Oh, what's the rush? Yeah, I wouldn't mind one.
Well, I might as well then.
Right then.
Hey.
What?
She ain't got a ring.
Check what?
She ain't got a ring on.
So?
So the engagement must be off. He must have ditched her.
So the engagement must be off. Well, now we know the real reason you've called, don't we?
Well, I were only saying you're not...
For your
wearing a ring.
information, he has not ditched me.
Yeah, all right.
Look, it's my ring and I can take it off when I want to. Well, how can you ditch me if you haven't heard from him? He can't ditch me if you haven't heard from him, can he?
Oh, great.
Well, I were only saying what were true. I mean, she ain't wearing it, is she?
Jen? Luke, we'll go, eh? We'll let ourselves out.
And we won't tell anybody, Jen, OK?
Come on.
We'll say you're a bit poorly and that's why you're not at the party.
Lisa!
Yeah, I'm coming.
There's no point the two of us stood here feeling homeless. Why don't you go and keep Alec company?
Gloria, you're a terrific barmaid. I can't see you ever making it as a marriage guidance counsellor.
No, I just mean with Christmas and everything. You can't have had much time to yourselves.
Look, love, if you think he needs somebody to talk to, you go and talk to him. Myself, I'd rather converse with the Death Watch beetle. Look, the rush has started. Hello, love, what's your poison?
I'll get these, maybe. We'll have a vodka and tonic, a sweet sherry bet, please.
I'm only having the one and then I'm going.
What, and not pay your corner? I'll have you blackballed in every pub from here to Accrington. Hello, Mary. Hello.
Hello. Partner bitter, please, and,
I think I'll have a gin and tonic.
Hello, gin and tonic, please. You know, I was thinking, you're very close, you and that family of yours, aren't you?
I should hope so.
Yeah, no, it's nice, is that? See, me with my kids, I never saw enough of them. Always working every hour I could grab. Of course, you think, well, there'll be time later. I'll make it up to them later, but of course you never do. I guess to be a habit. And all of a sudden, they're too old. And you've lost your chance for good.
You never have really told me a lot about that family of yours, have you?
Yeah, well, there's not much to tell. Anyway, we have this deal. I don't talk about them, providing they don't talk about me.
So he wasn't at his flat either?
Hadn't set foot there all over Christmas.
Well, he can't have just vanished, can he?
Well, I had thought about ringing the hospitals.
Oh, come on, maybe.
Well, why not? How do we know something awful hasn't happened to him?
Well, I'd ring his wife first.
What do you mean?
It's just that Derek might have gone back to her. I'm not saying it's likely, but seeing as you insist on considering every possibility, well, that's one, isn't it? Now, whether you consider that more or less dreadful than ending up in hospital, I don't know.
I'd just be glad to know that things had turned out right for him.
Even if it meant they might not turn out right for you.
Right, lads and lassies, give us your cards and I'll take them upstairs for you.
So you didn't let Alf Roberts put you off then?
No, did I, Heck? He's always worrying about something. I probably made his Christmas. Don't say anything to Kev, though, will you, about what Mr. Roberts was going on about?
Of course we won't.
Well, do you fancy a drink then?
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to need one.
Do you? Monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Curly. Hiya. You definitely never said he were bringing her.
You're not going out with anybody then?
Well, no, not really. I'm sort of what you might be able to call open to offers. That's if you know anyone that's making any.
It's mine and Gary's anniversary. A month ago tonight that we met at the Blue Angel. Oh, hey, Sally, I forgot to tell you, Jenny Bradley won't be coming. She's feeling a bit poorly.
Oh, what a shame. Do you know, she didn't seem all that keen, though, when I asked her.
Do you know, she's either been out of that house all Christmas.
So what are you going to do with this place then? Transform it into a little palace?
It's transformed already. I've never seen it look like this before.
Yeah, well, still a lot of work to do.
Ah, that's where you're hiding. Come on, come and give me a dance.
Yeah, sure. Just how many exactly have you invited to this party?
Well, cheers.
Look, you don't have to stop with me, you know. I mean, I did sort of con you into bringing me, didn't I?
No, I'm glad you did, but listen, you don't have to stop with me if you don't want.
No, I don't. But see, you fascinate me, Curly. Mature student. Not that I'm interested in the student bit. Not mature. That sounds as though it might be a lot of fun. Cheers.
Well, if it isn't Cinderella, eh?
Jenny, I didn't think you were coming. Well, I didn't think I were coming either, but I can hear your music halfway down the street, so it kind of put me in the mood. So are you feeling better then, are you now? Yes, I'm feeling a lot better, thanks. I think it must have been something I've eaten or something. Hey, I'm sorry you didn't get your cup of tea.
Hey, you owe me one.
Right then.
You done something?
No thanks, I've had enough. So, you were telling me off for saying about her not wearing a ring, and now look at her.
I am looking at her.
Yeah, well, don't. You can get me a drink instead.
What are you going to say? Drops it.
Well, I think she expects him to marry her. Expects Derek? Well, think about it. He's getting divorced. She's featured as t'other woman. Well, after a fashion. The next classic step is as soon as he's free, he marries her. I think that's why she's all hot and bothered, because he seems to have gone to ground.
Oh, dear. I hope she's not going to be disappointed again.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, love.
Oh, well, that's Christmas over with for another year.
Only another 300 and odd shopping days to the next one.
Emily, you know about hospitals, don't you?
Oh. Well, a certain amount.
Yeah, I mean their procedures.
Yes.
Well, if I phoned up, do you think they'd tell me if they'd had a certain person admitted to casualty?
Now, you can tell me it's none of my business, except that I am catching more of the fallout than can be healthy for me.
Don't talk in riddles, Gloria. It's a very bad habit. It's best left to school teachers and vicars.
Right. If you think there's anything between Bet and Mike Baldwin, you must be dafter than a tuckful.
I see.
And never mind what might have gone on before. When you married Bet, you put all that behind you. Just as she's accepted wherever murky secrets you've got tucked away.
Yeah, well, I was aware that Bet hadn't come straight from any convent, and I did say to myself, like you said, what's past is past, it doesn't matter.
So?
So I was wrong. It does matter.
Oh, Alec.
It matters when from out among them anonymous, faceless boyfriends of Bet Lynch's was one of them suddenly identified. Not only that, I find he's coming in here every night ordering large whiskies. Yes, Alan?
Pint of bitter, Alec, please. Me there too, yes?
Very kind. Thank you.
How old is that daughter of yours now, Ken?
Tracy, coming up to 11.
So she's not thinking of getting engaged or anything like that?
Not that she's told me.
Well, you got all that to come. It's no picnic, believe me.
Oh, Jenny and her French lad having problems, are they?
Well, yes, yeah. I think she's a bit disappointed in him. He's not been in communication as he should have been, so she's a bit down in the dumps, as you can imagine. Anyway, she's gone out tonight, so perhaps that'll cheer her up.
Well, thank you. Cheers, anyway.
Cheers.
So come on then, tell us just one thing. Are you really engaged? Is it all off or what?
Well, why do you want to know?
Because I'm interested. Could be very interested.
Well, whether I'm engaged or not, I'm still me, aren't I? I mean, I can't see it makes much difference.
Oh, Kev, we're going to be so happy here, aren't we?
Of course we are. As long as you don't invite this lot round every night.
Go on, you're enjoying every minute of it. I know it's happened.
How's you mean?
Oh, nothing, just something somebody was saying. Maybe it might start happening later.
It's time I was off now. Get to bed about.
Oh, no, you can't go yet. Come on.
Just watch me.
Aye, I'll take you home then. You can't go home by yourself, can you?
Right, gentlemen, aren't you? Only as it happens, I'm already fixed up.
Who with?
Right, Curly, I'm ready.
Hey?
Well, I'm just telling Martin on how you've insisted on walking me home.
Yeah, of course I will.
You can still walk, can't you? What do you think you're doing? I'll flipping kill you, Jenny Bradley.
Hey, don't, Lisa, don't.
Just because your own fella in here, you think you got to get your hands on mine, don't you?
Oh, well, I can't hear him complaining.
Well, just tell her to get lost. Just tell her, will you?
Look, Lisa, I'm sorry, but you know how it is.
You rotten bitch!
Hey, now, come on now, come on.
Charming! And you're rotten as well. You're as rotten as she is. You're both rotten. You deserve each other.
I weren't planning for that.
It weren't your fault. Anyway, she's gone now, hasn't she?
Mavis, have you got something stuck between your teeth or what?
Pardon?
Well, all that clucking you're doing. You sound like Norman Collier.
Oh, don't it aggravate you?
Well, yes, it does, and that's why I'm mentioning. I mean, it's a blinking
I mean,
awful
this
noise.
sort of thing.
Well, what's wrong with
Well,
it?
it's not been rewound, has it? I mean, I do remind them every time they take a video out that we'd be deeply grateful if they wouldn't mind rewinding it. But do they take any notice? No. Perhaps we ought to offer a prize for the first one who bothers.
Mavis! For goodness sake, what's the matter with you this morning?
Sorry, Rita, it's just this awful feeling of foreboding that keeps sweeping over me.
Foreboding?
That something awful's happened to him.
Happened to who?
To Derek.
Oh, we should be so lucky.
Oh, well, of course, that's the sort of sympathetic reaction I've come to expect round here.
Mavis, you have my complete sympathy. But then again, so would Jack the Ripper, if he'd been gormless enough to get himself involved with Derek Wilton.
Well, why would anything have happened to him, Mavis?
Well, if it hasn't, why hasn't he rung me yet?
Well, could one possible reason be that he's not back yet?
Well, I suppose so. I'll go and put kettle on.
Do you know, I reckon I should get danger money just standing behind the same counter as Mavis Riley. For all we know, it could be catching.
Why didn't you just ring him?
Well, now, that's what any normal, rational, sensible person would do. But we're not dealing with a normal, sensible, rational person, are we? We're dealing with Mavis Riley, manic, depressive and well-known chicken impersonator. Hello, love.
Oh, morning.
Really?
Bit like that this morning, are we?
Well, aren't you?
I'm fine, honest.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Hey, you're a good party though, weren't it?
For what I can remember of it.
So what are we looking for then, sir? An ice pack or an aspirin?
You don't happen to have a small guillotine handy, do you? Cure this bad head of mine. Failing that, some sort of hangover cure.
There's only one known cure for hangover, Kevin.
Stay drunk, yeah?
So what time did you get rid of everybody then?
Oh, well, put it this way. The birds sounded like they'd been up for hours.
Coughing well, were they?
Oh, Elsa.
Oh, sorry I missed it.
Oh, don't be, Ken, because I'm telling you, the way I'm feeling this morning, I wish I'd missed it. I've still got all cleaning up to do and all yet when I go on. You know.
Excuse me for interrupting, but I take it I am right. I'm thinking you're not in much of a hurry.
No, not really, no.
Yeah, only I am, you see, so you wouldn't mind, would you? I think you'll find that's right.
Ooh, somebody got out at the wrong side of the bed this morning.
If it was a bed he got out, I'd not the downstairs sofa.
What? Not over already then, is it, the honeymoon?
Oh, I don't know about that, Ken. I do know when I was in the Rovers last night, all communication between him and Bet was conducted through a third party.
It's about the second one, I think. But I mean, that's it. Morning, Alec.
Is it really, Alan? I'm afraid some of us have been too busy to notice. Which is more than we can be said for our loyal bar staff, it would appear.
Oh, would it?
Yes, it would, judging by the state of that little lot there.
Hey, yeah, I've only got one pair of hands, you know.
A fact you never seem to tire reminding me of, Gloria, these days. So I tell you what, just use the pair you have got to clear some of them away, will you? Only like it says in the barmaid's manual, they also serve, who also do the washing up occasionally.
It's always been one of Alec's strong points, you know, good industrial relations.
Yeah. Well, I, for one, don't happen to be a relation, so I don't have to put up with it. Oh, you're there, are you?
Here I am, love, large as life and twice as mangy. So if you come to have a bitch, be warned, you're likely to fall on very stony ground.
How much longer is this going to go on?
What?
This shooting match between you two.
You've taken it up with him who is laughingly known as my better half, have you?
I'm taking it up with you now.
Only like it says over the door. He is the boss, Glo, not me.
Well, you're the one he's married to, for God's sake.
And that's supposed to cheer me up, is it?
2 meat with chips, right?
Yeah, you'll bring them over to us when you're ready, will you?
Well, put it this way, we'll certainly call you over.
Well, can't you bring them over? That's what you usually do.
Well, that's what we usually do when we've got time, Ivy, love. Today, I'd say the odds are on us not having.
Look, if it's too much trouble, we can always go somewhere else, you know.
Oh, I think you know nothing is too much trouble, Mrs. Tilsley. But then again, if you want to eat elsewhere, that's entirely up to you.
Right, then.
So do you want the food or don't you?
No, thanks. You're right, love.
Whenever you are, love.
Another satisfied customer, Alec, love?
Did you speak?
Not to anybody that matters.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Curly's not about, is he?
Wrapped in the arms of Morpheus when last seen.
Eh?
Still sleeping it off from last night, when I left this morning.
All right, thanks.
Bye. Bye. Well, the plot thickens. Which plot?
Do you know? He walked her home last night.
Home?
Kevin and Sally's party.
Oh, I didn't, no. Well, I suppose there's no reason why not. I must say, it seems an odd sort of combination, though, somehow.
Oh, I don't know. Curly, Shirley. Sort of goes together, don't you think?
It's a name for some new juggling act, perhaps.
So when you seen her again, then?
Who?
Shirley, of course.
What do you mean when I'm seeing her again?
What do you think I mean? You walked her home last night, didn't you?
So?
So?
Look, Sally, don't get the wrong idea just because I walked the girl home.
You're just good friends, right, Kale?
Well, no, we're not just good... Well, yes, we are just good friends, but that's all we are. The only reason I walked that girl home last night was to save her from Martin's unwelcome attention.
Yeah, that's your story you're sticking to it, aren't you, Cal?
That's all there is to it.
Only does she realise that?
What do you mean, does she realise that?
Well, when you walk a girl home, Kale, she's bound to get ideas, isn't she? I mean, for starters, you didn't walk her home just because you need the exercise.
I never even touched her.
What? Not even a goodnight kiss on the doorstep?
No, actually.
Oh, even worse.
What do you mean, even worse?
Because now she's going to think you respect her.
I do respect her.
Oh, heck.
What do you mean, Oek?
Well, don't you know that yet, Curly? There's nothing more guaranteed to give a girl ideas about you than for her to realise that you respect her.
Look, Sally, I walked that girl home last night. I said good night. End of story. I don't know why I'm stood here. Listen to this rubbish. So just get lost, will you?
You wicked, you are, winding him up like that.
I'm not winding him up. I'm serious.
Go on, then. One for the road. I'm sorry, Mike. Not in this pub, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? It's only a couple of minutes past 3.
No, 5, actually, and I do have a licence to consider.
Oh, come on, Alec.
No, I'm sorry, Mike. I mean, it's not some afternoon speakeasy we're running here, you know.
What's got into him all of a sudden?
You mean you don't know?
Should I?
Well, I would have thought so, if anybody should.
Eh?
But you have seen him today, presumably? Oh, I see. Well, no, there's no message. Thank you.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
Virgin Records have been on the phone and offered you a recording contract.
No, but Patrice has just been on the phone.
Oh, well, at last.
And he's coming over.
When?
One day next week.
What, just for the day?
No, of course not.
Well, how long then?
Couple of days, I suppose. Ain't
Wow.
longer, I hope.
Better get on to Alex, see if Rovers can fit him up again.
Oh, well, I'll nip round now, shall I?
Yeah, go on
Yeah,
then.
go on.
Sorry.
All right. Bid, quid.
Thanks, love.
So it's all on again, is it?
All on again?
The engagement.
Well, I didn't know it'd ever been off.
Oh, I thought it might have been. Especially when Jenny took to not wearing an engagement ring. All of a sudden, like.
Very much on, actually.
Oh, see? Sit down then.
Charlotte.
Sit down. I didn't know Jenny had stopped wearing an engagement ring.
Oh, neither did I. Now what?
Well, he has been home, apparently, about 9 o'clock last night.
Well, I wonder why he didn't ring.
No more than I do.
Why didn't you ask him?
Well, chance would be a fine thing.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't even spoken to him.
How come?
Oh, her story is that she can't find him. He must have nipped out.
Whose story?
Oh, the landlady's.
So?
So, if the mountain won't come to Mohammed must go to the mountain, mustn't she?
Why is it, Al? Go on, tell me, why is it? Why?
What's that, Mike?
Well, why is it that when I buy one of these succulent TV dinners off you, the burning ruin I end up with bears no resemblance to this picture?
I'll try to turn it gas down.
Getting tea already, is it, kid? Doing your own cooking?
No, don't believe that. Here, talking of married bliss, what's all this rubbish that's going the rounds at the moment?
And which particular bit of rubbish would this be, Mike? There's been that much of it lately, sometimes it's hard to keep track.
What about you and me, having a bit of a thing behind Alec's back?
Oh, that. All news to me. You tell me. I know my memory is not what it used to be, but I'm sure I would have remembered something like that.
You better believe it, kid. I better have a word with him, though, because after all, I've got my reputation to think of, haven't I?
What? Marriage guidance counselling now, Mike? Doesn't sound like you, does it?
Yes?
Derek?
Yes?
Oh, it's me.
Who's me?
Mavis.
Oh, Mavis! What a pleasant surprise. Well, come in, come in.
Well, now, Mavis, it must have been telepathy.
Oh,
I was just this minute going out to phone you.
oh well, I thought you might have rung this morning.
I was going to. Only I just haven't had the time, you see. Honestly. Let me take your coat.
Oh, right, thank you.
There.
Thanks.
Now, sit yourself down, please. Take the weight off your feet, eh? Now then, what about a nice cup of tea?
Oh, yes, that would be nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm completely out of tea bags. And coffee, too, for that matter. I had intended to stock up, you see, the very minute I got back, but just haven't had the time, I'm afraid.
It doesn't really matter, honestly.
Look, I tell you what. There is a little shop just round the corner that might just be open.
No, look, I'm really not bothered, Derek.
You sure?
Positive. Just so long as you're all right. Still managing to keep your chin up, eh? Despite everything.
Well, you know me, Mavis. Takes more than a mere domestic cataclysm to get me down. We shall overcome, eh?
Right.
Do you know, I think there might just be a spot of sherry somewhere, if I can just lay my hands on it.
No, really, Derek.
No, please. It is still Christmas. Just. Yes, here we are. It's only cooking sherry, mind, but still, any port in a storm, eh?
Remember me?
Hiya. Come in.
How are you?
I'm fine, you?
Oh, just about, you know. Hey, terrific night last night, eh?
Yeah, knockout. Sit down.
Fact, I can't remember when I've had a better time, honest. Well, once Lisa had gone in your road.
You're not seeing her then, Lisa?
No, hardly. I don't want to anymore. So, how about coming out then, eh?
Out?
Ah, just for a walk round town.
I'm sorry, Gary, I've got stacks to do.
Oh, tonight then?
Look, Gary, I had a really nice night last night. I really did, honestly. But that was last night, weren't it? You know, after we'd had a couple of drinks. Well, sometimes when you have a couple of drinks, you know, you say things and you do things that you don't mean.
I don't.
Yeah, well, you see, I do.
Oh, I see.
And I did tell you that I was engaged already.
Oh, of course you did, aye. I mean, last night that didn't seem to matter all that much to you.
Yeah, well, like I said, that was last night.
I see. Well, if that's how it is, I'll see you.
Gary, hang on. Look, I really did have a nice time last night. And I do want us to be friends. And I'm really sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. I really didn't mean to.
Didn't you, Jenny?
So how was your Christmas then, Mavis?
Oh, pretty bleak, really. Still not half as bleak as yours was, I suppose.
Oh, well. A very overrated feast, I've always thought, Christmas.
Whatever made you do it, Derek? Just to take off like that without so much as a by leave.
Well, it was a very much a last-minute decision, you know.
Yes. I suppose you just needed to go somewhere on your own, did you? To lick your wounds, as it were.
Yes, there was an element of that, of course, but only I had this tip-off, you see.
Tip-off?
About this fat little stationery outlet that was going down in Cornwall.
Cornwall?
So I thought, what the hell? Why not book yourself into a cosy little hotel down there over Christmas, be on the spot, to get in there the moment the holiday was over?
I see, so you weren't stranded entirely on your own over Christmas, then?
Well, no, but it wasn't like being at home, of course. How could it have been? There were compensations, I suppose. The 5-course meals, the log fires, the sing-songs with the other guests around the piano every night after dinner. And then, of course, the beach. Do you know, there's nothing quite like a long, invigorating walk along a winter seashore with nothing but the sky and an odd seagull for company.
But, Derek, however much did all this cost?
Oh, it wasn't cheap. But then you get what you pay for, I always say, don't you think?
Wherever did the money come from? I mean, I was under the impression that between them, Angela and her father had left you practically destitute.
Ah, yes. That's what they thought, Mavis. Until, that is, I reminded them that I knew where all the bodies were buried.
Which bodies?
Well, you know. All the little tax dodges the firm had been up to all these years. All that money that had been quietly salted away before VAT. Oh, they soon changed their tune, I can tell you, when that was put on the table.
So, you mean you blackmailed them?
Oh, no, that's an ugly word, Mavis, blackmail. Let's just say I agreed to keep my mouth shut in return for a generous settlement. In fact, a very generous settlement, as it turned out.
I see, and all this had been sorted out before you went away, had it, Derek?
Well, in principle, yes.
And it never occurred to you to let me know that?
Well, Mavis, I told you. The decision to shoot down to Cornwall was very much a last-minute one, you know.
I take it I'm right in assuming that they do have such things as telephones in Cornwall, then?
Yes, of course. I realise I should have phoned you. I could have phoned you, Mavis, but I wanted to see the look on your face, didn't I?
The look on my face?
Yes. When I told you how well things had worked out for me. Well, I couldn't have done that now, could I? Over the telephone.
And was that the only reason, then, Derek, for not letting me know?
Well, Mavis, what are you getting upset about? I'd have thought you'd have been delighted for me.
Delighted? Oh, yes, I am. I'm practically ecstatic.
Well, what's wrong, then?
Well, can't you see what's wrong? For starters, have you got the remotest idea what sort of Christmas I've had while you've been down in Cornwall having your sing-songs with your fellow guests and communing with nature on the beach? I have been through hell, Derek. I've been half out of my mind with worry about you.
With the wisdom of hindsight, Mavis, I realise I should have phoned you.
Oh.
And where are you going now?
Where I should have gone a long, long time ago if I'd had a grain of common sense. Out of your life forever.
But, Mavis, I still haven't told you about this little stationery outlet I bought down in Cornwall. Oh!
Back to your stationery outlet in Cornwall.
Good grief.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Emily said you'd been looking for me.
Wanted to say thanks, you know, for last night.
Oh, you're all right. Next time you're in distress, I'm your man, eh?
So, middles for diddles then, is it?
Well, do you know which end of the darts are hold?
Not really.
do then.
I see.
Not all I'm saying, Alec, is I don't care what you've heard about me. It's just not true.
Well, I hope not. For your sake, Mike.
For my sake.
That's what I said. Don't be fooled by the packaging. I know I'm not Rambo. But that's something I learned a long time ago, is that? No, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Well, you found him then, did you?
Don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it.
Beck,
Yes?
look, I'm sorry.
Well, I should hope so.
Look, I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want?
Well, I'll tell you what I do want for starters, Alec. And that's no more of the sort of flaming nonsense I've had to put up with for the last couple of days.
Look, I can't help it, can I?
Oh, come on, Alec. We're not kids anymore, either of us.
Look, when I see you being chatted up across the bar, I don't like it. Now, can't you understand that?
And can't you understand, Alec, that being chatted up is what you might call an occupational hazard for a barmaid? And let's be honest, a very enjoyable hazard most of the time. But just because I'm enjoying myself doesn't mean that I'm making secret arrangements to go hopping into bed with somebody.
Well, I know that. Look, what I'm trying to say is I'm sorry and I'm forgiven.
Well, I'll think about it. Get up them stairs.
Where's Rita?
You just missed her. Damn. Never mind. Hi. So, next week then, is it? Next week. This frog prince of yours is coming over. Who told you? Oh, I get it. So? Well, I can't wait.
And we're back in the street tomorrow night at the same time. But there's a curfew going on in the Crabtree household next on Plus in No Place Like Home.